I'ma try and made out for they to step your paper up. Can't cash your check, bet you get for what you paid up front for once. Twist the fate, bit the bait, tasted like the flavor of the month staple. Fatal, lace the whole table. No cracks in his crown, they tried foolishly. Pound for pound, brutal beatdowns gave out ruthlessly. Lose, two sides, crews move individual. Who's who of the pews, move to usual sitting room vestibules. Ready, set, guess who next?
Yo.
The sharks, freshwater fish left in cesspool messes. Yes, you. Less was more of his chest move than vinegar malt. Liquor salt spilled on his flesh wound. One day you may find how the wordsmith. Gunplay, shoot, bang, iron out your verses. No GMOs or preservatives. Natural, grown from the earth, every word spit. Factual, melanated corsair Voltaire, he celebrated. Elevated the bulk share, he venerated. When guns clapping and metal conduct static, reroute like circuits to stay grounded like electrical currents. It's an urban myth. Streets talk, no man's land.
What's
Beef
up?
spotted, beef chop off both hands for proof. Hot tracks, then it got cold dag. One night said he saw Squash Yeti in Snowland. Comma genotype, really something rare in a single flaw. Dominate the blocks of my
What
opponent's way like a
up?
bingo card.
Let me say what up. How's everybody doing?
As an engine, ghost ride the whip screens like astral projections. Mask filling,
This is
grills
my song.
filthy,
I
sicky
rap
lyrics,
this.
Milky Way tripping, still he stay with us past living. Task given, filativity,
Josh, live with the prime.
spirit, but it's
Mr.
fake
Benny, live with the prime.
penmanship, plagiarism, fan fiction.
Fiction.
And so, Victor Von...
Yo. Deaf translator, what's up? Carl the man, what's up? OJ. Banjo, Bacon Boy, Mr. Bendy. What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome to Get Smarter Sundays. We haven't done one of these in a hot minute. Because as you may know, I have been grinding Hitman like it literally was my job. Turns out, I just checked my paycheck. It's not. NVIDIA. NVIDIA is. And if anything pays the editors, it's Darman Reacts. So literally I literally gotta refocus some of what my time is spent on. Okay. I can't be spending 40 hours a week on Hitman practice. So today we'll be doing Get Smarter Sundays. We're bringing back the classic. Usually it's Saturday, but as you guys know, the rules for Get Smarter Sundays is that we must end up after the video thinking, I learned something. The video cannot be boring, though. That's the thing. I actually have a couple interesting videos I want to watch today. And we're just going to watch this together, react to them with chat. That's the fucking plan. Probably do a little vibe check beforehand. Maybe check the Reddit. You know, let me tell you. I played so much Hitman that I'm a little bit burnt. Okay? So we're setting ourselves... Who dat? Thank you for the raid. Setting ourselves up for about a week of reacting. Or at least of just chatting. I got Marketing Monday tomorrow. I'm going to just kick it with the boys. Man, what an honor to get a Who Dat raid. So you could call this React Week. Atrioc, watch this 30-second clip. Well, that sounds like reacting, so I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to do it. Let's watch this clip from what? From what? Batman Beyond?
Grasso.
Who are you?
I'm Max, Donnie's friend. You remember me, don't you?
No. Donnie ain't here, so get out.
Didn't we already see this?
Have you seen Donnie? Did he want something from his room?
Quiet, Elaine. We don't care.
Don, please.
Get back in the kitchen.
Wow. They put Burger King's marketing executive into Batman? That's crazy. That's crazy. What a cameo. How are you all doing today? There's no context. It was a 30-second clip. Please never sing again. Do you mean because I shame other singers with my ability to hit both high and low notes consistently? Is it because my mastery of the form of music is such that it ruins the rest of music for you? Because if so, I can I guess I could see that. What's good, boys? What's good? Get Smarter Sunday. Now, what I've known, now not only has my, what's that meme about budget? Wait, what's the budget meme? Wait, you know the one with the 3 blocks? Wait, wow. Block time budget meme. Where's that? Someone find me that meme. No, not the drill candle tweet. The candle tweet's amazing. It's the one with the 3 blocks, and he's like, how do I fit this? How do I fit this? What was that thing you... What? Sucked at the start of the stream? What are you talking about? What I played? Wait, someone found it. Someone found it. So this is the meme. Wait. Yeah. Okay. It's kind of like this. So I've just made some edits. So the original meme is, I can't fit video games into my schedule. It's sleep, work, food. Or can I? And he pulls sleep out. For me, it's like, replace this work with Hitman 3. Make this one work. This one react to Darman. And this one's Hitman 3. And then I'm like, how do I budget my life? And I'm trying to shuffle these blocks around. And the problem is the giant one is Hitman 3. I can't move it. So, I will be probably taking just a break for a bit. I did it. I mean, I accomplished my goal. That being said, Kerbin, thank you, by the way. I have some bad news. I have some very, very seriously bad news. So I played Hitman yesterday. Probably the greatest stream in the history of Twitch. I think we could all agree. Accomplishing a never before done feat of beating the entire game. Master rank. Silent Assassin. Clown suit only. Literally never done before. In one stream. This morning I received an email from speedrun.com. In their ivory tower, the fat cats who run speedrun.com. And they said that because I saved and loaded during the run, it is invalid for a world record run. Now I know how Dream feels. Huh? Now I know how Dream feels. To be this great at something. So, the reason I am so in the dumps about Hitman today is because I know with a heavy heart what I must do. And I don't want to. I am going to have to get that world record. Okay? That's the kind of man I am. It's just not, I can't escape it. I can't escape it. So, next Saturday, or this upcoming Saturday, I will be attempting the Hitman Clown Percent No Save Edition. Oh my God. To get and confirm and to lock the world record. At which point I will probably never play the game again until they release something new. Probably that will be the end. Now, I haven't got confirmation. Quack, did you ever find out exactly what the deal is? Oh, okay, good. Wait, what? What? So I'm just hearing a lot of crazy fucking news. It's just seeming like they're not going to let me fucking do it. They're going to stop my world record. Oh, it's making me mad. This is literally... Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. If I get one more email from a speedrun.com mod... Now, obviously, I would never threaten anyone. But if I happen to take a picture in a full clown suit, holding a garrote, maybe a clown fart briefcase in the other hand, and just say, I'm ready, then they might get the message. That's all I would do is dress up. Oh, man! Well, either way, if they deny it, I'm calling it a world record because there's literally no submitted runs, and I watched every goddamn cutscene, which should make up for fucking saving and loading. Let me tell you something. Whether, if I have to Photoshop it, the fucking thumbnail's gonna say world record. That's too bad. Too fucking bad. There's literally no submitted master runs, dude. I did it. No one else did it. I did it. But no Hitman today. Today we're going to be doing Get Smarter Sunday, watching your submitted videos in the Discord under Get Smarter, the Get Smarter section. All of these videos, the idea is to not be boring and to make us learn something. We have to learn something. Hitman. There's a lot of interesting ones, actually. There's a lot. This one's called How Your Personality Affects What You Play. You guys want to try and watch this one? Let's give it a shot. I would like to know how your personality affects what games you play. Which one? What does it say about me? What personality type dresses up as a clown in Hitman and grinds it for 40 hours a week? Which personality type is that? Let's find out.
Turns out this video is actually pretty easy to write. In 2016, Dr. Jeremiah Appleton and his team ran a study where they would have gamers fill out surveys regarding their personality. They would agree or disagree with statements like, I have a colorful imagination when I'm alone,
True.
I enjoy the company of others,
True.
I worry I am not accomplishing enough,
Psych.
or I feel the need to win even if it hurts someone else's feelings, etc., etc.
Oh, mega true. I enjoy it more. If I can make Stans cry and get the dub, that's a double threat, dude.
All statements you can feel free to answer quietly to yourself if you like. Dr. Appleton then had the subjects report what video game genres they enjoyed the most. And in most cases, subjects that typically enjoyed JRPGs had more quiet, reserved personalities and often had serious doubts as to whether they had made the right decision or done the right thing in games and in life. Those that typically enjoyed platformers and more fast-paced games like Doom often had a strong tendency.
Damn, you just fucking chose violence on all the weebs, dude. Wow. God damn, that's the first line. If you like JRPGs, you're fucking lost. You're lost, bro. You play Final Fantasy? You're fucking adrift. Damn. Wow. Okay. Came to play. What about platformers? What do you say?
To be critical of themselves. Fans of puzzle games like Tetris or Hue prefer a certain amount of change and variety in their everyday lives, and become dissatisfied when governed by restrictions and limitations. The same goes for fans of Minecraft and other open-world sandbox games who also specifically have personalities that lend themselves to a great need for other people to like and admire them. And if you're finding these statements to feel accurate...
Interesting. Interesting. Man. Really need to be liked and admired. You do anything to be liked and admired. Interesting. Minecraft would do anything to be liked and admired. Anything. Break any rule. Install any program. You could do anything. You could alter drop rates. Anything. Wow. That's a crazy personality type. But I'm just armchair psychology here.
Of your own gaming preferences and personality, quit that. Because every word of what I just said was made up. Including that first line. This video...
I knew it! Dream was innocent! I knew it! Oh, thank God. Oh, that almost got me. Listen, I don't believe in science. When they published all the math, I was like, fuck that. Math isn't real, okay? I believe in emotion. I believe in faith. Okay? And when I saw the math, I knew Dream was innocent. But then this guy says, uh-oh, they'll do anything to be liked. Astrology, star signs, games. And I was like, damn, bro. Maybe Dream was guilty. So thank God, AKA thank Dream, that we're still good. Thank God. Okay, let's go.
It was a royal bitch to make. How does our personality affect what games we prefer playing? It's a damn good question, and one that has been investigated by people much smarter than me. But before we dive into this, I'd like to make a couple of disclaimers and a couple of examples. Out of you. I didn't set that whole opening thing up just to screw with you, although I didn't necessarily not enjoy doing that. I did it to point out that personality psych is a slippery slope. If you happen to really find yourself believing what is said about personalities there, you fell victim to the Barnum effect, which is how psychics and horoscope writers stay in business.
Right.
Ambiguous statements that can be true of pretty much anyone when presented specifically to you about you can very easily begin to feel true. Pair that with a little bit of confirmation bias, and suddenly everything we talk about today may lead you to believe that you are an incredibly creative person just because you put more hours into Persona 5.
Okay, but obviously if you watch Atrioc content, you're like smarter, more confident. If you're a dude, you gotta be your dick. Yeah, I mean, you're just more alpha/sigma. Obviously, you know, he's talking about other streamers and other personality quizzes. But there's obviously a difference. I mean, we have fact-based science to back that up. So
5 than your entire undergrad degree. I'm not judging, that's a self-burn, but I just want you to be aware. Watch your footing on this video and take it with a grain of salt. Alright, enough disclaimers. Let's dive into the tremendously fascinating world of personality. One more thing though, sorry. You should know that personality is not the most rock-solid field in psych. There are measures developed to...
We get it. It's all bullshit. Get to the... Tell me what if I'm cool for liking Hitman. Stop giving me disclaimers. I want to think I'm cool for liking Hitman. Tell me that in this video. That is why I clicked the subscribe button.
Try and capture our personalities, but between the changing of age and the changing of culture around us, who we are is ever shifting. Also, most research tends to be correlational, so what we're talking about today is tendencies and a...
This guy spent the first 5 minutes undercutting the rest of his video.
Snapshot.
Just lie to me, it's YouTube.
You know, not laws. So again, grain of salt. And its intersection with game preference. If I asked you to give me a breakdown of your favorite types of games to play, you'd probably start by telling me some genres. You might even rattle off some titles. You put a lot of time into Ghost Runner. Maybe you get cheap thrills and fast-paced games like that in Mirror's Edge.
Why are they
cheap?
cheap?
You and your friends are still playing Animal Crossing. That's I respect it. You might enjoy the sensation of dunking on your friends, or maybe your dreams are just a little bit too peaceful and you like to go out of your way to ruin that whole thing.
What game is that?
Friends, or maybe your dreams are just a
RE7? Dude, I should play that on stream. That looks fucking fun.
little bit too peaceful and you like to go out of your way to ruin that whole thing. Maybe you tell me you like getting absorbed in a story like something seen in Xenoblade or Tsushima. Maybe your pants get tighter when you shave off a few seconds of your Portal speedrun, or when you finally unlock,
Or when you get the world record in Hitman Trilogy.
that last support for Dorothea. A fellow fan of the opera, I see. No matter your personal syllabus of titles or ways to play said titles, we can measure genre preference. But if I asked you to give me a breakdown of your personality, you'd probably talk in more circles than your buddy trying to get you to invest in Dogecoin. It's hard to get a true read on personality, but psychologists have come up with a few methods. And the one we'll be using today is the Big 5 personality traits developed by Lewis Goldberg. The Big
Lewis
5 traits
Goldberg!
are sort of the most accepted, replicable, and used measure in the world of psych today, and each trait essentially works on a sliding scale, with most people falling somewhere in the middle. Generally, personalities don't sit at the extremes, just closer to one.
I'm max on all of them. Best. The best. The best neuroticism. I am more agreeable than anyone. Nobody can agree more than me. Okay?
And remember, we're ever changing. We'll dive more deeply into each individual trait as we get to some of the bigger points of the video, but just as an example, openness, to wildly oversimplify it, refers to our willingness and desire to seek out / think about new things. People with high openness tend to be very creative, enjoy trying new things, are extremely curious, and are happy with change. Those with low openness despise change. You won't catch them rearranging their room or changing their schedule much.
Yuck,
They don't like
change.
new, and they don't like abstract ideas. Conscientiousness sort of deals with how organized you are. Do you pay attention to detail and strategize, or act on a whim? Agreeableness refers to our interest in others. Are we empathetic and helpful, or are we self-serving and oblivious to others? Neuroticism deals with emotional stability and how you handle stress, and I think you're already familiar with extroversion. At our core, we all land somewhere on each of these 5 scales. Maybe you're pretty low on the extroversion scale, but you are highly agreeable, so you really empathize with people, therefore you might enjoy a good emotional story, but don't care much for partaking in real-world human interaction. As an introvert, I can relate to you. Maybe you're highly conscientious, so you love games where you plan ahead and strategize, but due to your neuroticism, you often get stressed. when you
I am
have
the
to make
goat
a
in Advance Wars.
decision. Maybe you over-prepare for that mission or get choice paralysis when trying to decide on an outfit or a skill. This is all my speculation, by the way. I'm just trying to give you an idea of how your personality might affect how you approach titles.
Sigma. If you like Resident Evil 4, you are literally John Wick, and I love Resident Evil 4.
Luckily, though, we don't have to speculate much. There has been some remarkable work done here by one Dr. Nick Yee of Quantic Foundry.
Oh, cool.
In 2015, Yee and his team gathered data from over 140,000 gamers using their homegrown gamer motivation profile, which you can still take now if you like, and I recommend you do at some point. It's really eye-opening and fun. Link in the description. Pop it open in a new tab and take it after you
Let's take it right now. What do you say after?
finish this.
What if we take it right now? Let's take it right now. Let's take it. I want to know what my gamer motivation profile is. Take the survey. Male. Easy. Already nailed the first question. 100% correct. How old are you? 29,000 according to my chat, but 29 according to my birth certificate, which I have faked every 30 years. In a typical week, how many days do you spend at least 30 minutes playing a video game? Oh, fuck. Okay, well, wait. Some days I play 0. Some days I play 7.5 hours of Hitman on stream. So how does that average out? Does it have to average? Are we just... Because, like today, I'm not going to play any. Although I played 30 minutes of Hitman today just to see if I still got it. I do, by the way. I first tried, like, fucking the first 3 missions again. No problem. God, I'm so good at Hitman, dude. It's crazy. No, people aren't talking about it enough. I feel like it should be on the news. I feel like Biden should mention it in his address. Like, holy shit. And also, in other news to our nation, Atrioc rolled and smoked the Hitman series yesterday as a clown. 6-7 days. I mean, it averages to that. Would you consider this to be a casual gamer, a core, mid-core gamer, or a hardcore gamer? Yeah. Let me just make a quick change here. Sorry, this is just... It's not... No, not good gamer. God gamer. Bad speller. God gamer. Okay. Yes, I'm a God gamer. Correct. Thank you. I am a God gamer and a master hacker, as you saw there. A master hacker as well. Which of these platforms do you usually play games on? Check all that apply. Console, PC, smartphone, fucking... Usually, PC. And that's it. NVIDIA, baby. Ride or die. 3090. Best card there is. I think I broke it. I might have broke it. Fuck. Oh, we're in. What are some recent games you've enjoyed playing? Hitman 1. Hitman 2. Hitman 3. Yeah, let me zoom in. Yeah, that about covers it. Are you currently playing any web/mobile/tablet games? I had a stream idea where I would play only fucking ancient ones. Ones who were there when the code of the earth was written will remember this game. You had to go to the ancient tablet of cool math games. It's called the world's hardest game. And I would play it in class. If you know, you know, dude. Oh, remember that music? So annoyingly loud. So I thought of playing this on stream because this is a game that we had like a computer class, probably 9th grade. And I literally just played this game like for all semester. I just tried to beat it. I just play it during class and try to beat it. And I'm not sure if I beat it or not, but it'd be fun to go back and play it. Play some of the classic cool math games. But I'm not currently playing them. I guess if the world's hardest game is on here. The world's hardest game. Oh my God. Fucking run it, dude. Yes, that's what I'm playing. I'm currently playing that because I played it today for like the first 3 levels. Got it. Oh, chess counts. Oh, I should have put chess in there, but I already hit next. I should have put chess. 2008, Take Me Back. Yeah, bro. Height of the recession. Yes. Take me back. People losing their jobs. Wall Street collapsing, but also making millions off the back of the working poor. People getting evicted from their houses left and right. Inject it in my veins, baby. Please. I'm just hoping we get another recession so we can go back, dude. Bring back that classic, that good feel. Take me back so I can buy the dip. That's what you do with a time machine. You go back and exploit the pain of people in the recession to make a couple bucks. Fucking dope, dude. Just buy Bitcoin or something. Christ. Are there any other games you've enjoyed playing recently? I mean, I feel like I covered it. How recent are we talking? If it's the last week, then the answer is no. But, I mean, I guess chess. Toss chess in there. Do I have to go back to the dawn of time? They don't have actual chess. Just chess 2017. Damn, chess has really made a big splash in the past fucking 4 years. All right, so I'm not gonna. No, not teach me Japanese chess, pretty please. This is gonna throw off the whole system. No, not teach me Japanese chess, pretty please. I do enjoy that game, just not recently. All right. No, honestly, what games have I played recently? What's a game I've played on stream? I only game on stream now. I guess Monkey Ball. Let's see what Monkey Ball says about me. Super Monkey Ball. Super Monkey Ball series. We'll just put series. The Super Monkey Ball series. I'm not putting Paper Mario because I didn't really enjoy it. Oh, Hades. Hades, yeah. Really enjoyed Hades. I actually really enjoyed Hades. Little Nightmares was fun. Yeah, I got a pretty eclectic mix, I think. Little Nightmares 2. All right, we'll try that. Let's see if that changes the paradigm. How important are the following game elements and activities to you when you play video games? Okay, important. Completing all possible missions and achievements in a game. It's somewhat important. It used to be more important to me. Well, I just did it in Hitman, but like, I guess that's a really, it's a technical question because like in Hitman, yes, I completed the entire game, Silent Assassin, suit only, every mission, 5-star, yes. But I didn't like go through and try to achievement hunt all the little, you know, I didn't have to fill the bar. I set my own goal, I guess. Whatever my goal is, I will do anything to get it, but I'm not like, I didn't collect all the Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't think that's what motivates me. But when I was a kid, I would. Like, I play Ocarina of Time or something, I wouldn't stop till I did everything. An elaborate storyline. I mean, no, not really, bro. It's funny because I like it when I like it. I'm going to put somewhat for everything. They're going to call me fucking basic bitch Barry, dude. I just think it depends. But I'm going to put slightly. Taking the time to practice and master a game. Okay, now we getting somewhere. Now you found my Ikagi. Yes, this is what I love. This is the art of the grind. I wish I could put a fucking one past this. It's more than extremely important. It is my essence of being. It is why I'm on this earth. To grind things. This has to be past there, but I'll put extremely. Okay. Discovering offbeat or unconventional ways to play the game. This is actually super duper important to me. I just have to decide between very and extremely. I mean, this is why I love Teardown. I love Teardown. I love Hitman. I like any game where I can. I'm gonna put very because it's not as important as grinding. I don't mind grinding if there's even only one strat, but I like getting a little custy, becoming as powerful as possible. No, not really. No. I feel like when I hear this, I think of people that are like, I have to be. I think people that have this trait are most likely to be whales in mobile games. They're like, fuck, dude. I just have to fucking have that extra 1% hit chance on my fucking arrows. And that's why I buy the golden rare bow 5 times to get the silver platinum rare bow. Like, I don't need that. So I and like even playing like WoW or something, My goal was never like, oh, I got a max level to min-max. I only played WoW for like 6 months because I was like, damn, this will ruin my life if I play any longer. Shout outs to all the ones who's ruined their life for WoW. You know who you are. Shout outs to everyone who lost 2-3 years to WoW minimum. I lost 6 months and I was like, dude, if I play this one more minute, I'll lose my mind. I'm getting way too deep. But even when I played it, all I wanted to do was like explore, do, you know, random ass raids on towns with friends. You know, all right. So I'm gonna put slightly important. Dominating other players. Yeah, that's important to me. Yeah, not extremely, because I do play like plenty of single player or puzzle games, but you know, I'm not playing fucking chess to lose. I'll tell you that right now. I'll put very. Characters with interesting backstories and personalities. This is a nice to have, not a must have. So I'm going to put somewhat. This is a nice to have. I obviously prefer it. Acquiring powerful weapons and artifacts. I don't really care. Not at all. I've just seen the sauce, you know? When you work in the games industry and you talk to these people that work on it, you just know, like, they're all there to exploit you. And back in the day, you acquire like the big Oron sword in Ocarina of Time or something. It was just a cool bonus that you found if you did all these side quests. And you're like, damn, that's dope. Nowadays, it's a DLC. Nowadays, that sword is only available as part of the fucking Zelda Extreme Pack. And you got to pay fucking $6.99. And it's just not the same. It's not the same. It's not. So I have no interest. Taking on difficult challenges that may take many tries to succeed. Oh! Not that many tries. You're talking to me, baby. Not that many tries. Probably 2 or 3 times max. Many of them first tries. In fact, if you were watching yesterday, you may have noticed that of the 20 levels that we had to play, I did over half first try. Over half first try. Extremely important. Playing the game at the highest difficulty level, extremely important. I literally, this is crass. All right, this is crass. But I would play things like Melee or Magic or Shard, all these games, and I get really mad at them sometimes. Just by myself, like off stream, like, fuck. And my girlfriend would ask me, why don't you just play like casual mode or something? Or why don't you play on lower difficulty or what, things like that? And I say, my dick doesn't even get hard if it's not the hardest difficulty. Like I can't, I'm flat. I'm flaccid, dude. I can't, there's no joy in it. It's so soulless to me. Like playing versus AI in a multiplayer game, I get no thrill. Playing on medium when there's a hard, like I get no, it might as well, my brain is not lighting up at all. All right, accumulating large amounts of in-game resources currency? No, not at all. Don't care. Nobody plays with AI. Literally, this is the future of games. I want you to know this. Games like Fortnite have realized that it's not possible for the majority of their casual player base to get a dub, especially on mobile. So what they secretly do is when you first install the game on mobile, they put you in a game with mostly or all bots that are designed to make you win. And you don't know because you're on mobile and you're just like, yes, I feel good. And then you get hooked. And that is the beginning of a very insidious trend because people like winning more than they like practicing. And so long term, there's going to be a lot more AI in games, more obscured to make you feel good and make you do better. Because a game that is perfectly balanced with humans will have 50% win rate. That's skill-based matchmaking. People hate skill-based matchmaking because it makes every game hard. They try hard and they get 50% win rate. Nobody likes it. So they're going to use AI to make it so every person can have higher than 50% win. That is literally what they're going to do. So get ready for that future. Once the AI gets a little bit better, that is going to happen. Full stop. This is a rock solid prediction. Because if you go to like GDC and these game developer conferences, they talk about this problem all the time. The problem is new players run into experienced players, they lose and they churn out. And that's a loss of money. And they're like, how do we solve this? How do we solve this? And the best they come up with is skill-based matchmaking. But skill-based matchmaking still only gets you 50% win. So that's literally what's going to happen. I'm just telling you right now, this is the future. Making an effort to get every collectible item in the game. Not at all important. Bots build better than me in Fortnite. You're the one that lost. You popped into a Fortnite game, they gave you AI designed to lose, and you're like, holy fuck. You guys cranking 90s? Oh, fuck. The engineers at Epic are like, wait, make it easier. Change the code, make it easier. He's losing. They're ripping out wires. Pretending that I am someone / somewhere else. I'm trying to think of the last game I really got immersed in like that. Maybe like the first time I played Skyrim. I didn't role play much. I did walk around my house saying I took an arrow to the knee. I don't know. The Ghost? You're telling me that just because I called myself the Ghost for a month, changed my profile picture to the Ghost, had 2 ghost emotes, talk like the Ghost, made an entire backstory for the Ghost, made a video about a ghost haunting my house, bought a Ouija board on Amazon for 1 bit about the Ghost telling me to get crowns, that I was pretending I was someone else? That's immersive to you? That's above and beyond? All right, we'll put somewhat important, but it's not that important to me. Having many customization, colors, styles, skins, and options. Honestly, there's too many. So no, I don't. And also, this is another way to sell you things. Getting to know all the main characters and their backstories, it's not important. If a game has a story, I don't skip it. So I can't put these two. But I'm going to put somewhat. If a game has a story, I always listen to it. I will say most of these do depend on the game. That's a good point. Getting every possible star trophy. Stop asking the same question. No, I don't. But if I put not at all important, they're going to think I'm not a grinder. I'm going to put slightly important. How much do you enjoy using guns and explosives? Yeah, I do like using guns and explosives. I don't need them, though. It's just somewhat. Honestly, my answer could always be somewhat, depending on the game. Taking the role of another character person. Not that much. Being an agent of chaos and destruction. Sure, I enjoy it a lot. Gameplay that requires careful decision making. I enjoy it a lot. Going up against players. I enjoy it a great deal. Gameplay that requires long-term planning and strategy. I like to plan in the moment long-term. I don't know how to describe this. I do like strategy, but I like strategy that requires action in every step of the way. Like the difference between an RTS game where I have to make the strategy in real time and a game like Civ where I have to make it over a long time, I prefer real time. So I don't know. I'm going to put enjoy a lot, but gameplay with lots of blood and gore. Somewhat. It's not a thinking and planning. I enjoy a lot. Yeah. Fast paced and intense. Somewhat, man. I don't know. Competing with other players, I enjoy a great deal. Constant action and excitement. It doesn't need to be constant. In fact, I'm going to say I'm going to put a little because I don't need constant. What test this is your gamer motivation profile. Like time chess. Time chess is a good example where you need a long-term strategy, but you still have to make your moves quickly. And like, I just don't like a game where there's no thing moving you forward. Like in Hitman, you can take your time, but only to a point. Your target's still on the move. You still have to... Oh my God, dude. I knew it. They don't have a gamer profile for me because I'm so unique. I'm built different. I broke the system. I'm Sigma, dude. Proof positive. They're fucking like, wait, no one's ever answered these ways before. Holy shit. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. This is going to be like fucking Last Starfighter, dude. The government's going to show up at my house and I'm going to be fucking hired into the CIA or some shit. This whole thing was a test to find the one true gamer. Wow. Okay. What if I just refresh? Refresh. Oh, good. We're back. Being immersed in another world place. Yeah, somewhat. Blowing things up. Yeah, I do like that. I'll be honest. Helping other players.
Little do you know how I'm breaking while you
Whether I'm giving out V-Bucks or getting my team a dub,
I'm still haunted by the memory.
I feel nothing. No, I just gotta get the dub for myself. Not at all enjoyable. Grouping it with other players. I mean, a little bit. With my boys. I will say this. Every time someone tells you they like a game and the game is bad, their defense is always, well, it's fun with your friends. It's fun with the boys. And that's not a good defense because that's every video game. That's called hanging out with your friends, and it's usually fun no matter what you're doing. You can play a dog shit card game and it's fun. People always use that as a defense. Most games that are dog shit are still fun if you get your boys in there. You can make fun of it. So, of course I like it, but it's like everyone likes it. It depends on the people. I don't want to group it with assholes in solo queue. I'll tell you this. I'm going to put I enjoy a little because if I'm playing solo queue in League of Legends, which I haven't done in years, I am the type of person that will be like, mute my whole team, play this like it's 1v9. Just, it's me playing solitaire. I'm going to try and figure out how to get my points up. So, gameplay that requires quick reaction times. I do like that. Uh-oh. Here we go. Wait, here it is. Here it is. What am I? What type of gamer am I? I must know. Oh, never mind. Sorry, 83%. Debated. Fucking debated, rolled and smoked. Working towards a common goal with other players. I fucking don't really. I don't really. I'm going to put a little. I generally, like, even when we play with the boys, like, even when we play with, like, me and Stan's Terraria, they're like, let's build a house to get the moon crystal to unlock the boss. And I'm like, I'm Cactario. And I'm just trying to do my own shit, dude. I don't think I'm ever like, let's get this fucking mission. Let's do the things we need to do. Or like in Minecraft, yeah, I built Live, Laugh, Love. I just feel like I'm motivated by, I'm on a different drum here. All right, how often do you do the following things? Put considerable time into customizing my character, city, spaceships. Never. I don't do that shit. Put a lot of thought and effort into character creation process. I mean, I spent a while on my cyberpunk dick to get it just the right girth. But outside of that, I really don't. No, I don't put a lot of time into that. Experiment with the objects in the world just to see what happens. I like to do this often. Exploring the game world for the sake of exploring it. For the sake of exploring it, huh? That's an interesting line because I don't really do that. I do like explore, but I like to do explore to find things that I would use. Not just to, I'm going to put rarely. Like, I explored all the Hitman worlds, but I did it because I was trying to, for a purpose. Trying out many different things, yeah, I like doing that. I always like doing that. Primarily focused on increasing your stats / level. Never. That stuff is a scam. Studying other players to improve my own gameplay. Often. Yeah. I like watching pros. Okay. Woo! I am not interested in getting paid to complete online surveys, but if you want to make a quick buck, do the survey, sign up, you can get paid, I guess. Or get scammed. I don't know. Profile time. Profile time, boys. Let's see what kind of gamer I am. Ninja! I'm a ninja! Oh my god, yes! The best of all gamer types! Literally the best of all gamer types! Wow. Look, I love mastery. I hate creativity, achievement, and immersion. And I love action, social, and mastery. This is actually probably based. Damn. But this also could be total horoscope shit, but you know, this could be horoscope shit, but what's my secondary motivation? Competition, challenge. Yeah, this feels like up my alley. But I mean, they have to give different answers to everybody, right? So, where's my hat? Oh, there it is. Damn, I can't believe I'm a certified ninja. Like, that is dope. I'm a certified ninja. Oh, game recommendations? 6 motivation groups, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Popular games. Wait, so I am very high in competition, so I would like to play Counter-Strike, Smash Melee, League of Legends, StarCraft 2. Fucking FIFA? Really? Competitive? Competitive so you can steal their parents' credit card and buy the most packs. Mastery. Well, I am very high on mastery and challenge and strategy. What would I like for this? Smash Melee! Smash Melee! Warcraft 3, StarCraft 2. I should try Dark Souls, dude. I bet I will like Dark Souls. I like almost all these games, but mostly back in the day. All right, give me. Oh yeah, I thought it was telling me I like Hitman. Yeah, I'm like, I already know I like Hitman. I told you that. Okay, let me add Smash Bros to this so they know, because I think that is a key game for me. Scroll back up. Top right. Top right. Oh, nice. Nice. This is the future of my stream. I'm going to be playing StarCraft 2. I'm going to kill my channel. Is that what you want? Quantic Foundry? You want me to kill my channel and play StarCraft 2 on stream? I do love StarCraft though. I mean, this makes perfect sense to me. Because to be honest, these are the games that made me a grinder. StarCraft, the first StarCraft made me a grinder. I wasn't a grinder before StarCraft. And then I played StarCraft and it made me a grinder. Because the only way to get good at StarCraft was grinding. And I watched Koreans. Cuphead, huh? People have been saying I would like Cuphead. That might be fun. Okay, cool. Dope. Now we know. I am a ninja. Wow. That's so awesome. Do I get to move in with Tyler Blevins, or how does this work? What's the next step? You don't move in with him, you are him? Wait, like I wear his skin? Sounds illegal. I'm gonna do the hitman. I'm just gonna knock him out, take his fucking suit. I'm gonna put on the wig and whatever clothes he's wearing, and I'm just gonna pretend to be, I have a barcode on the back of my head, and everyone's just gonna go with it. Hitman style. All right. That was cool. That was interesting. Let's see what they hear about this.
From this data, they found that gamers typically play due to a combination of any of these 12 motivations. You might play to stretch your creative muscles, you might play to get wrapped up in a story or to feel like you're someone else. Some folks do it for the challenge, some folks do it for the power trip, many of you crave the community and the competition, and some of us just like to blow shit up. Likely though, we are all some combination of any of these. People are rarely so one-dimensional. And since most people exhibit multiple of these motivations when playing games, Yi and his colleagues used a little technique called multidimensional scaling for the data, which maps out the correlation between these variables.
Okay.
If two motivations are more correlated, they are put closer together, whereas motivations that are less correlated are placed farther apart. Meaning, since these two dots are close to each other, if you are really into gaming for destruction, you are likely also into it for excitement, but less likely to be into it for strategy. When you take a look at the full map from the data, you can get a better idea of what motivations are related. And you might see that you probably fall into one of these three clusters, or maybe even dip your toes.
Tag yourself. Which cluster are you? I guess I'm here, right? Kind of a red and blue, Andy. The good one. I'm a cluster fuck. All right, you all right, buddy? You okay? I can stop the video. You want to talk? Red and yellow? Gotcha. Interesting.
Into two of them, which is exactly what Yi and his team noticed. There were three higher level structures, three primary types of players that most motivation correlations fall under. Action social, which combines the love of fast-paced gameplay with player interaction. Immersion creativity, which combines the interest in stories, player expression, and exploration. And mastery achievement, which mixes the appeal of strategic gameplay, tough challenges, and chasing achievement. The discovery and power motivations are tricky. They don't really fit in just one cluster, and according to Yi, they sort of act as bridges between the three major groups. Meaning, if you identify with the immersion creativity cluster and the mastery achievement cluster, discovery likely really appeals to you. Now keep in mind, this is simply motivations we're talking about, not how personality affects them. But what's fascinating is that much like the big five personality traits, the gamer motivations mapping is consistent across several different regions and cultures, which could suggest that gaming motivations and personality are both in some ways universal for all of us, and furthermore could be related in some sort of consistent manner. As I was reading up,
that game better have motion controls. It's a pet peeve of mine in commercials or stock footage when they're wilding with the controller, dude. Left, right, up, down. Nobody plays like that.
Up on this and writing the script for this video, I realized that all that was left to do was find proof of this relationship. And as I embarked on this noble quest into the sweaty migraine-inducing DMV that is Google Scholar and try to find some research that could connect the two, I was surprised to find that Dr. Yi had already broken ground on that research, making my job a lot easier. God bless this man.
Love
Only
YouTube,
a few weeks
dude.
later, the good people over
Trick
at
to YouTube is just find smarter people, talk about their shit in an easier way, and then you get the money. You get the money. So what I'm doing is, because this guy has distilled Dr. Yi's very smart footage into this video, I'm distilling it one step dumber. Okay? That's the 9-head play. Most people are even dumber.
To gather data from the gamers who filled out their gamer motivation profile and a Big 5 personality test. They then analyzed the correlations between the participants' offline personality traits and their gaming motivations. Pretty much what I made up in the beginning of this video, but this time I'm not juicing your kiwis, Connor. They actually did this and did it correctly. And what they found was statistically significant correlations, meaningful connections that, based on the sample size, did not happen by chance. They stumbled upon the invisible strings that connect who we are to the experiences we love. The action social cluster, which contains the high motivations of excitement, competition, and community, were largely connected to high levels of extroversion. Now, extroversion is usually characterized by people as being outgoing or being good around others, but research supports that it's more accurately characterized by excitability, emotional expressiveness, cravings of excitement, and gaining energy in social situations. Not necessarily being good in them, but gaining something from it, even if it's simply competition or attention. Consider this: you don't have to like people to be an extrovert.
Ooh, interesting.
You may still gain something from being around.
What's funny is I think I like people, but I think I'm not an extrovert. Is that crazy? I'm more of a Sigma. I think I like people, but I think I get more energy from doing shit alone.
Them. So you may very well choose to pick up fighting games because your extroversion makes you crave the competition, just as well as you may play action adventures for the constant excitement, or MMOs and social sims because you do actually like the people in your life and get something meaningful from kind interaction with others.
Yeah, that's why I like streaming. It's almost like you get half the extroversion. I can just broadcast, you know?
Another correlation
like a controlled drip
between openness and the immersion creativity cluster. RPGs, sandboxes, open worlds, anything with a deep immersive story or a way to express creativity. Most players that enjoy these games tended to have high levels of openness, which, like we discussed earlier, is characterized by imagination and creativity. Folks high in this tend to have a broad range of interests, enjoy change, and are open to new and varied experiences.
Lame.
Which may explain why these people can finish JRPGs even after weird interactions like,
you know, this is how I earn a living.
Huh? Really? I thought you were just doing it for fun.
I suppose some people do.
Hello, I'm some people. Nice to meet you.
I joke, but this is 100% me. I'm here for the story, and I don't care how weird things get. I'd be willing to bet that the Undertale fanbase is full of high openness people because, again, the trait is all about painting outside the lines, which is probably why it also correlates highly to the enjoyment of sandboxes like Minecraft and games with hefty customization like Monster Hunter World. Conscientiousness was slightly mapped to the Mastery Achievement cluster, which makes sense. Highly conscientious folks are preparers, strategizers, task-oriented schedule followers that likely find challenging strategy games like Advance Wars and XCOM to be just the right scritch to their itch. The correlation here wasn't as strong as the others, but it may shine a little light on the type of people that enjoy finding all of the achievements.
Problem is I don't like any of that shit, but I like Advance Wars. Tell me that.
Again, that highly conscientious detail and task-oriented nature probably lends itself to finding some pleasure in unlocking all the achievements and getting all of the collectibles. Okay, I'm gonna come up for air now. That was a lot of big words. Couple things to note. The correlations here are significant and they were insightful, but they aren't exactly high, meaning that this only gives us a glimpse into what is usually the case, but is certainly not universal truths. After all, you may be the most detail-oriented, conscientious person on Earth, and yet hate playing strategy games because your personality ruins them. Maybe they just come off as a chore and you have too many of those in real life, so you'd rather unwind with something relaxing. Like I said earlier, fat grain of salt. If episode 1 and psychology studies...
All right, bro, you have so many grains of salt in this fucking thing, you've ruined the dish. All right? We already learned I'm a ninja. There's nothing more to say. I'm done with this video. I'm done with this video. You can't spend the first 5 minutes saying, here's some grains of salt. then pause, do another grain of salt right here, and then 13 minutes in say, oh, by the way, here's a couple more grains of salt, dude. That's not a grain at that point. That is a fucking, the top fell off and you just poured salt all over the meal. Would you rather they lied to you? I already said yes. I said at the beginning. I said it's YouTube. Make this video 5 minutes and lie to me. Tell me if you like Minecraft, that means you're creative. And if you like JRPGs, that means you're dumb. Just tell me that so I can lol. That's all you need to say. All right. Yeah, good video though. Let's I did learn some stuff. I learned that I'm a ninja. Next video. It's Get Smarter Saturday on Saturdays. We got more stuff to talk about. How about dun 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 dun. Sleep is just death being shy. This is interesting.
I was maybe 6 years old, driving somewhere at night with my dad, and I took a little nap, and I woke up, and he said, "Where did you go?" And I said, "I don't know." And he said, "Well, what do you reckon sleep is for?" And I said, "I don't know." And he said, "Sleep's kind of weird though, huh?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Sleep is a lot like dying, really, isn't it?" And I said, "I'm 6 fucking years old." The Greek god of sleep is called Hypnos. He has a brother called Thanatos, and he's the god of death. This is going to be a jolly 10 minutes. Sleep makes no sense. It leaves us completely defenseless for hours on end, and it probably isn't even for saving energy either. Compared to just lying around awake, sleep will save you about 100 calories, or a banana of slightly above average girth. Humans need about 8 hours sleep a night, but our animal friends vary wildly. Koalas prefer 22 hours, bunnies about 9, elephants need just 4, and however badly your day is going, I would like to invite you to just enjoy this picture of an elephant calf taking a nap for a moment. There,
Cute.
That's better, isn't it? No, me neither. But whatever sleep is for, it's so essential that nature wired it into almost every half-intelligent organism on the planet. For example, dolphins. If they slept like us, they would drown because they don't have gills and they need oxygen. So they sleep unihemispherically. That is, they float just below the water and one side of their brain sleeps while the other stays awake, then they swap over. Human death rehearsal,
That's crazy.
excuse me, I mean sleep, is a bit more straightforward. Teeth, toilet, spot of hysterical crying, and it's off to the land of Nod. Stage 1, brainwaves slow down a bit. Stage 2, your pulse will slow down and you'll begin producing sleep spindles, which are little bursts of brainwaves that, well, we don't know what they do exactly, but they look a bit like that. So
Helpful.
yeah.
Awesome. Helpful.
Stages 3 and 4 are the deepest levels of sleep. Growth hormone is released, tissue is being repaired. Then stage 5, rapid eye movement or REM stage. Your brain kindly paralyzes your body, mostly. The eyes roll about, the face twitches, brainwaves go mental, and this is where about 80% of dreams occur. Anyway, the funny part about all this, of course, is when we're not dreaming while asleep, where do we go? It's just black. It's just oblivion every night, over and over, because sleep is just death being shy. If we got news that an asteroid was approaching, scheduled for arrival, say 60 years from now, and it was so gigantic it would wipe out our entire civilization, we would probably go fucking nuclear. Riots, war, maybe end the world before the asteroid even arrived. And yet, there is an asteroid approaching slowly in the distance, but it only gets one of us at a time, and we practice for it every night, and its name is death. With an asteroid, the whole species would be gone in a few days, probably. With death as it stands today, though, maybe we take comfort in the fact that even though we'll be gone, the world will still carry on without us. But ignoring technology and politics, we do know a bit about the future we'll all miss out on. And if it cheers you up, we can take a little tour of that future. Just for fun, let's say sometime in the next few years you become a parent to 2 children, and that the average human generation cycle is about 30 years. Well, by the 2080s, we're 2 generations.
My kids' names will be Gamer, if it's a girl, and Agent 47, if it's a boy. And if I have a little girl, a third child, I'll name him Dar. That's my 3. Those are my 3 kids. That way, no one ever can say she's not a girl gamer.
down the line. You are now a grandparent, and 6 humans have inherited your DNA. If humans have made it to Mars on November 10th, 2084, the colonists will witness the transit of Earth from Mars, the Earth resembling a black disk passing across the sun. 2110, another generation later, and assuming humans have on average 2 children, your children have grandchildren now, and you have 14 descendants. It's quite possible they attended your funeral.
Isn't it crazy that I'm still going to be around for all this, but all you guys will be dead? Makes you think, huh? Really makes you think. Man, I wonder what I'm going to be doing then.
Don't worry, everyone got smashed in the pub afterwards and said nice things about your hair. The world population is probably around 11 billion humans, having jumped 4 billion in just a century. The 2140s, another generation, all things being equal, 30 humans now carry your genes. 2200, another generation, and we're into the 23rd century. Halley's Comet has just reached its perihelion, you have 62 descendants. The mid-2200s, now 6 generations, that's 126 descendants of yours. Lilu and Corbin Dallas will shortly be initiating a romantic relationship, and by the end of this century, still at 2 children per generation, you now have 2,050 descendants. We can no longer even speculate what culture and technology looks like, so year 12,000 AD, 240 generations later. If sex is even still in fashion, you now have at least several million descendants. The star Antares has just gone supernova probably, and will be visible from the Earth even in daylight. Year 52,000 AD, 1,500 generations of your progeny later, and the Earth's rotation will have slowed enough courtesy of the moon that we'll need to add a leap second to preserve timekeeping. Year 100,000 AD, 3,000 generations later,
Where's he
you
going
might
with
recognize
this?
the constellations, but they'll be altered. The handle of the Big Dipper getting a little relaxed at the back, for example. 250,000 AD, 7,500 generations later. Loihi, currently a submarine volcano in 2019, will have risen out of the ocean and become a volcanic island.
Nice.
2 million AD. The Grand Canyon erodes to surround the Colorado River, if there is indeed still a Colorado River left. 50 million AD. Eurasia and Africa collide, forming an entirely new mountain range.
Nice.
5 to 600 million AD. It's possible Earth's continents have fused back into a single supercontinent. A day on Earth has probably gained at least an hour. Our moon is now so distant, solar eclipses never happen again. 1 billion
Sag.
AD. The sun is now 10% more luminous, meaning our oceans have begun to evaporate. Plant life is unlikely. 4 billion AD. The Milky Way, our galaxy, and our neighboring galaxy Andromeda collide, forming Milkomeda. 10 billion AD. The sun is now 256 times its current...
Okay, did someone say 10 billion AD? Still no word on if the fucking 3080's back in stock. Really? Really? You're gonna come at me for fucking that? Trying to have a fun stream here? Really? Come into my stream on a Sunday? Hit me with the fucking shit I gotta hear all week? All week? Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
current size and has almost certainly swallowed Mercury, Venus, and Earth. 1 trillion AD. It's possible the Big Crunch has now begun. The remains of the universe falling back in on herself. Galactic clusters will begin to converge, stars will collide, the resulting explosions illuminating the heavens nearby and distant. Eventually, the black holes of the universe will collide with one another, amassing into a single supermassive black hole, consuming itself. 1 quadrillion AD. Ooh. It's also possible no Big Crunch will occur and the universe will continue to expand indefinitely. In this scenario, the main points of interest for the next almost infinite period of time will be the decay of nucleons, that's protons and neutrons, beginning an era in which only black holes exist in the universe, and assuming a new universe has not begun, the current universe will achieve its final resting energy, uninhabited, uninhabitable, barren, perpetual, limitless dark, with no recourse to the fecundity that once teemed within the boundaries.
That is going to be really lonely for me. I'm just realizing it's going to be super lonely. Like, who's going to prime to my stream?
Of creation. We all must have gone through that phase as a kid.
This is going to hurt the stock market.
People
Fuck!
die eventually. And mom and dad are people.
My
and I'm a
investments!
person. So, oh God. Some of us, including your pompous narrator here, never recovered from that phase. It is simply too much to live as the only animal that knows its projects and loves and lifetimes are limited, and when the animal is gone, after a while, it'll be as though the animal never was at all. And that is a notion too wide and spiky to fit inside the head. The things we will miss after we're gone. The parties, the births of humans we would come to love, all the walks, all the hugs, all the plucky steps into the dark
I love walking my dog.
Will take yet. Homo sapiens, yeah right, Homo nihilus, more like. The only animal conscious of its approaching demise and conscious of the world's approaching demise too. I suspect you, like me, have run into these people in life who are terribly clever and yet terribly broken, because they've looked into the abyss and concluded that on a long enough timescale, and in a universe so wide and apparently indifferent, we have no ultimate significance and the point has dropped out of everything for them. But there is a middle way between denial, I'm so fucking important, look at my bank balance, etc., and despair, there's no point to anything if we all just go off into the dark, etc. Because the world is just as fantastical.
I don't get that line of thought at all. Anyone sagging, you're being dumb, dude. Because whether or not the world ends in a quadrillion years doesn't matter to me either way. Say it's not true. Let's say humans will live forever and society will go on. It doesn't fucking matter. I don't care. Either way, I'm a quadrillion years dead. It's crazy to be like, yeah, man, it's like, what's the point? Eventually the Earth's going to disappear and the sun's going to die. And it's like, if those things didn't happen, would it all be worth it then? Now you're going to make your bed? Because the fucking in a quadrillion years, the sun won't explode? It doesn't matter.
Is horrific, and it's just as arbitrary to lose hope as it is to find it. If everything was forever, would that really change so much? 80 years or a trillion, beer would still taste just as good, wasps would still be pricks.
Fuck you, wasps.
And maybe tomorrow we'll kill aging and death and stay up infinitely past bedtime. But as it stands today, we don't have the science yet. And so God-fearing or not, we have to find some way of making peace with the thing. For you, it might be religion or some variant of spirituality, and fair enough. But I'll tell you what works for me personally though. When it's late and I can't sleep and the abyss starts whispering about how I'm going to go into the dark one day, I keep in mind that whether I like it or not, I am part of something bigger. An experiment conducted across the entire planet, conducted across all of history, called us. Somewhere in the future, we are gone, and someone who loves us is remembering us. Somewhere ahead of that, they are gone, and someone who loves them is remembering them. The interminable rise and fall of generations. How many of us have been and gone down here since we became Homo sapiens? Billions at the very least. To have stubbed one's toe, to have heard a new word and looked it up, to have yelled at the GPS as though it's the GPS's fault you got lost, to have watched another human blowing their...
To have played Among Us. To have been alive in the time and the era where you could log on and play a game of Among Us. To wonder which of your friends is sus. Accuse them and find out you were wrong. Leading to them getting kind of salty and saying, fuck you, I was telling the truth. And then spitefully voting for you the next game. Until you both decide to stop playing altogether. There's something beautiful in that. Beautiful, poetic, powerful. To be alive in those times is the greatest honor.
Nose or picking their teeth or something equally disgusting, and quietly thought to oneself, oh fuck, I've fallen in love with you, haven't I? Just to have been...
Damn, someone in chat said one day you'll play your last game of Among Us. You guys ever think about that? One day you'll call the imposter sus for the last time. Jesus. Damn, dude, you brought that up? Damn, too real. I don't know what I would do. If I couldn't play Among Us secretly off stream 19 hours a day.
In anything. What a weird honor. If sleep is just death being shy, then waking up is atoms being miraculous.
Dude, imagine you die. Imagine all religions are wrong. You die and you wake up on a spaceship. And you're in a bright fucking red suit, dude. And you get to play Among Us in the stars. God, I only hope.
pointless. The fact that for about 80 years atoms know they're even atoms at all, courtesy of being humans. Birth, death, the silly bit in between. If none of it has any ultimate significance, if on a cosmic scale none of it matters, does that really fucking matter? We won't.
No, it doesn't. That's not a bad thing. It didn't anyway. I think it's arrogant to think you have significance anyway. You know what's funny? This is a thought I had when I was visiting Europe. I was in Rome, and I was walking around Rome with Ari, and there were all these statues. I might have told this on stream, but I probably had like 100 viewers. So, when in Rome, all right? I was in Rome, and I was walking around Rome, and there's all these statues, and it was like people looking serious. All right? Like famous people from Roman history. And I realized that outside of maybe like Julius Caesar, we don't know who any of these people are. Most of them were just people that were hot shit in Rome. And it made me think, like, man, these guys were like hot shit. Like, they fucking made it. They were the top of the top of what was the biggest society. They were big enough and important enough to other people that they got a statue made for them. And in the end, nobody fucking cares. At the end of the day, nobody remembers and they're moving on. So for me to think it's important to try and do something memorable, it's like, even if I crush it at a million things, am I ever going to be statue worthy? And even if I'm statue worthy, they'll forget. So what is the point? Like, that line of thinking is so, you start to realize that shouldn't be what's important in life. You should not be trying to do something that's going to make you like go down in history, because realistically they forget. Just I kind of live to enjoy it.
Last forever, but while we're here, what a silly decision it would be to waste our day out in the cosmos. That brief period of time when matter woke up, on a world as interesting as this one, with hair as excellent as yours, with all the other talking.
They'll remember your drip, though. Imagine, dude. It's fucking 3,000 years later, they're in space school. And of course, let us not forget Patate Khalees's ice cold drip. Can I get a sheesh from the class? He did be dripping, though. It was drip or drown. And they called him the lifeguard.
Carbon units around us who we can hang out with and be fond of and talk shit to and keep the abyss well at bay. And if all that wasn't enough, just in case, in the words of Ursula K. Le Guin, a human who left us just last year, when I take you to the valley, you'll see the blue hills on the left and the blue hills on the right. The rainbow and the vineyards under the rainbow late in the rainy season. And maybe you'll say, there it is, that's it. But I'll say a little farther. And we'll go on, I hope. And you'll see the roofs of the little towns and the hillsides yellow with wild oats, a buzzard soaring and a woman singing by the shadows of a creek in the dry season. And maybe you'll say, let's stop here, this is it. But I'll say a little farther yet. And we'll go on, and you'll hear the quail calling on the mountain by the springs of the river. And looking back, you'll see the river running downward through the wild hills below. And you'll say, isn't that the valley? And all I will be able to say is drink this water of the spring. Rest here a while. We have a long way yet to go. And I can't go without you.
Wow. Very sweet. Very sweet. You know? Like, maybe you'll say, let's mauled as a clown in Hitman for 20 hours off stream, 7 hours on. And that'll be it. And I'll say, well, Chad'll say, a little farther yet. And then I'll say, okay, I'll react. I'll react to dozens of videos. And maybe that'll be it. And Chad'll say, just a little farther yet. And then I'll watch Darman. And I'll try a monkey ball level that makes me want to lose my mind. And chat will say, just a little farther yet. Okay. Good one. Yeah, then I'll get the Darman and we'll say, rest is here. Drink of this Darman and the rest is here. Let's get to another video to watch. Oh, you guys want to see something? So somebody linked this video. Hitman developers react to 6-second speedrun.
Oh.
Wait.
Yeah, she's coming up the stairs now.
Yeah. And he comes out.
Oh.
Muffin.
He used the muffin trick.
Oh, the muffin trick. Yeah. I would be really impressed today that they killed the target before the textures loaded.
Watch my video. How about that, developers? But I want to show you something better than this horse shit, okay? We're going to watch this.
Carl Ingram finally gets what he deserves. Good riddance. Now let's get...
Did I get it? Oh, wait, I didn't save it.
Get Marcus.
Wait, I didn't save it. Fuck, did I not save it? Oh, god damn it. All right, never mind. Well, I'll show you what it looks like. Fuck. I'll show you what it looks like. I beat Dubai in 30 seconds yesterday. I'm just gonna show you what it looks like. But I was recording my attempts to get it down, but it's Silent Assassin suit only, by the way. Get my flash grenade. This is me off stream, yeah. This is my OBS. Just showing you this. Come up here. Toss this. Shoot him in the head. Shoot him in the head. Escape. Escape. But I actually did it at 28 seconds. I just don't. I cut the footage off here. I don't have to find the right video. It's the 12th. My time is the 12th best time of all time on speedrun.com. I was trying to find a speedrun that I could get a world record for. I might submit and just get on that list. It's not world record, unfortunately. You sound pretty tired? I am a little tired. I stayed up late on Friday grinding for Saturday, and then Saturday took it all out of me. And so now I'm just tired today. But we good. I'm not dead. I'm fine. No, Donkey's speedrun didn't involve Silent Assassin, so it's there. If you don't care about people seeing you, you can just right at the start. It takes like 5 seconds. But that one was where nobody saw me. I killed both of them, and the SAS I turned red at the end. Yeah, I know. But in the one I did, the one that I got the record on, it did not turn red. You just have to hit that elevator in the first fucking second before the flash begins. All right, next video. How about why Apple needs Samsung? How long is this? This could be interesting. Oh, only 4 minutes. Let's watch it.
Hello, everyone. Apple needs Samsung. Let me put that another way. Apple needs someone to manufacture the OLED screens on its brand new flagship smartphone, the iPhone X. And Samsung, its biggest smartphone competitor, is the only company that can do it. If you're wondering how Samsung's stock price could look like this in a year when the company had to replace, then fully recall an exploding phone, in a year when its de facto chief executive was sentenced to 5 years in jail for bribery and embezzlement,
damn,
this is how. Most people know Samsung as the company that sells them smartphones and TVs, even refrigerators, but the strongest part of its business is actually the components it builds for other companies, namely memory chips and displays, like the OLED display that's going into the iPhone.
Samsung, I believe, is working with NVIDIA now to help make more 30 series cards. So, hype.
10. In these two key divisions, Samsung has the ability to supply products quickly to meet a gargantuan worldwide demand. The name of the game is market share. They of course supply their own devices with these components, but they want everyone else to turn to them too, and they're investing heavily, almost $19 billion on new plants in the next 4 years to grab a bigger slice of that pie. In July of this year,
This might be a dumb question, but why don't they stop selling Apple their stuff to help their phone sales? So what generally happens when something like that goes on, where you try to pull that off, is your competitor finds a way around you. They find someone who will take their money to make it. And then you have a competitor in screen manufacturing and you've lost all the money that you were making from your other competitor. That's what usually happens. So like, for example, when America tried to do a tariff on certain things to China, we tried to stop them from getting certain manufacturing parts. I think soybeans is one of the things we did. All they did was go to Brazil and get the soybeans that we weren't selling them. And now Brazil's soybean manufacturers are a lot richer. So now they're a heavy competitor to American soybean farmers. So it backfired majorly, right? So all it does is make your other competitors stronger and makes your own domestic, like that shit doesn't really work. So yeah, I mean, if you had a total monopoly, like if you were the only one on earth who could make those glass screens, then yeah, you could stop selling to Apple and have something. But
Samsung overtook Intel as the world's #1 chip maker, and their dominance in OLED is even more extreme. As of the beginning of 2017, Samsung had over 90% of the OLED market share, basically a monopoly, which means when demand for OLED grows, like it has with the iPhone, Samsung grows too. Apple, you might guess, hates the situation. Because Samsung is the only OLED maker in the world who can handle the demand for new iPhones, Samsung gets to set the price. For reference, KGI Securities estimates that Samsung will charge Apple around $120 to $130 for each OLED screen, compared to old LCD screens, which only cost Apple about $45 to $55. And this may be a contributor to the hefty $1,000 price tag on the iPhone 10. This sort of thing has to especially irk Tim Cook, Apple's CEO. Cook's expertise is in supply chain, the process of how products get made and
damn, that was a bad cut. Look, dude, you got his fucking belt. It's a bad cut. If you Photoshop this out, you're going to lose his fucking pants.
Cook's expertise is in supply chain, the process of how products get made and distributed to customers. And when he joined Apple in 1998, he was instrumental in overhauling the supply chain and making it the most efficient in the world. One of the ways Apple does this is by outsourcing pretty much all of its production to suppliers, mostly in Asia, who compete for their business. But in the case of OLED screens, Apple has no other choice but to go with Samsung. Apple wanted 80 million OLED screens just for the second half of 2017.
Jesus.
No one else can do that. Samsung barely has the capacity, which is one of the reasons why the iPhone 10 comes out 6 weeks later than the iPhone 8. In order to bring its OLED costs down, Apple needs for there to be a serious competitor in the space, which is why it's investing $2.7 billion in LG Display, basically a massive cash advance for them to build up their...
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of thing that would happen. If Samsung tried to stop selling stuff to Apple, Apple would hurt for a period of time. They would hurt for a year, 2 years, but they would eventually build up LG. And then at the end of it, the entire world would be like, wow, there's a nice competitor to Samsung. And then Samsung would be fucked, right? Or they'd have to really compete. Instead, they can just keep barely selling it at expensive prices to Apple, keep them hooked so there's no competitor. That's sort of what they're doing. It's better to sell to them than just be cut out entirely.
Capacity. Google has the same idea. It's investing $880 million into LG to break the Samsung monopoly. For the near future, though, it doesn't quite matter. Samsung is likely to be the major beneficiary of Apple's OLED needs, at least through 2019, not to mention that they'll also be making a huge number of A-series chips for Apple, too.
This is older video, but I assume this is still true.
You know, it's one of the strangest relationships in business. Apple and Samsung have been feuding for years, ever since 2010 when Samsung essentially copied the iPhone with their Galaxy S smartphone. The two companies have been locked in a legal war for almost 7 years that has cost Samsung $150 million and maybe more. In the end, it seems silly, because Apple is still shelling out millions upon millions to its arch rival for parts, bolstering Samsung's huge profits and its growth. The iPhone X is sort of the perfect symbol for the whole messy relationship, and it captures how the tech business works at the very highest level. It's dysfunctional marriages like this. Apple needs Samsung, yeah, but Samsung is certainly profiting from the business. In other words, these two mega companies really need each other.
Damn, so sweet. So at the end of the day, they're friends. Capitalism works. Cute. They need each other. Wow. I feel smarter and more validated in our socioeconomic choices. Chess videos. I love to watch chess videos. Oh my God. I got to thank some subs here because, boys, we are actually possibly on track for 4,000 today. Dolphinos, thank you for the 11 months. Oddly Human, thank you for the 3 months. Cultural Baker with the Prime. Saturnate, thank you for the Prime. Fernie with the Prime. Tony 0303 with the 2 months. Ilio Mar with the Prime. Ghostfaced Kizza. Did you mix up RZA and Ghostface Killer? Thank you for 3 months tier 1. The Waviest Gravy, thank you for the 6 months. Lucid Dreams, thank you for the Prime. I like your name. The way you spelled it. Johnny on the Run, thank you for the 6 months in advance. Pog fucking champ, dude. I like you, thank you for the Prime. Lyra Lorne, thank you for the Prime. Mr. Gaber, thank you for the Prime. Carter 415 with the 5 months. Daffodil with the Prime. C Lord with the 6 months. Sir Pucci with the Prime. Glorios with the Prime. Sir Lenny with the Prime. Carano with the Prime. Alberta with the 4 months. Jimmy Jams with the 1 month. Sicko with the 5 months. Superman with the Prime. Circle with the Prime. I think I got them all. Isaac Jones with the 4 months. UMass with the 6. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. PogChamp. 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 How close is your net income from these streams compared to your NVIDIA salary? I don't profit from the streams yet because, well, maybe I have to finish my taxes and I'll figure it out. Right now, if I take away half of everything, which is what I'm gonna have to do, so half of everything half of every sub goes to Twitch, and then half of everything I make, so I only get a fourth of every sub, and then I give that to editors. So that's always gone. I always run out of all the Twitch money spending on editors. Then there's some YouTube money. And that has been starting to grow. But I've mostly been spending it on things like games for the stream, any equipment. I mean, if I had to get the camera fixed, all that basic stuff. So right now there hasn't been profit, but you know, it's could be started. Point Crow rated me with a party of 0. Damn, Point Crow, what happened, bro? Point Crow, dude, what happened? The video's been killing it. Since fucking when, dude? It's weird how so many people are dropping Point Crow emotes when it was a 0-person raid. That's crazy, dude. Down bad? I feel you, brother. I feel you. We just watched a video that said the whole world's going to end eventually, so why does it matter? So think about that. How did you train stands yet? Have you got if you guys don't know, Point Crow was training stands at Breath of the Wild. Linkus trained me. Small Ant trained this Wednesday. Fuck yeah. Small Ant trained Lud. We might end up doing like a relay race or something. Could be fun as hell. On Breath of the Wild. Now I gotta say, I might have forgotten. I remember there was a skew involved. I have to get a skew. A Boomy Zoomy at some point makes a appearance. You know, the basics are involved. But I don't know if I remember much past that, so we're gonna have to get a refresher with my boy Linkus. Dude, I was watching Linkus' stream. Did I tell you guys this? I watched Linkus play fucking Wind Waker for 6 hours doing a world record pace run. And literally in the last 5 minutes of the run, he was on pace. He was getting excited. He was like, yo, I'm about to get the world record. In the last 5 minutes of a 6-hour no breaks run, something glitched with Ganon. And he lost the world record. He got a PB, but he not the world record. I told you guys this already. It was the saddest fucking thing I've ever seen. I watched the whole thing. I've never watched that long of almost any stream, but let alone one game world record run. But I was like, dude, I'm going to watch Linkus this whole way through. It was hype. He was explaining things. It was my first time watching Wind Waker. And I was like, dude, I'm going to be here for the run. I'm going to be here for the fucking run. You can see me in chat for most of the video. And then it all fell apart. I was just depressed. And he took it fine. He honestly, Linkus is a gamer, dude. He really is a gamer. He's a gamer, like a gamer's gamer. Because I would have been completely miserable. I'm miserable when fucking Hitman on the Maldives level gives me the glitch on the wall. I yell at my chat, dude. I fucking lose my mind. I lose my absolute mind. All right. Anyway, thank you, Point Crow, for the raid. Much love, brother. Hope we can collab on something again. Because you've been looking, a little less built. We have to get back in the gym, you and me. All right, back in Ring Fit. All right, we got to keep those muscles strong. Okay, you and me, start flexing. No, we should do something. It would be fun. We need to figure out something else. Okay. Well, today, if you're new to the stream, we're doing Get Smarter Sundays, where we watch interesting YouTube videos that have 2 rules. 1, they can't be boring, but 2, at the end of it, we should learn something. We should be like, oh, that's cool. That's new. How about this one? The greatest bank heist in Japanese history. This actually sounds fucking sick. The greatest bank heist in Japanese history.
This video is made possible by Dashlane. Download Dashlane for free if you never want to lose another password again at the link in the description. Tokyo, December 10th, 1968. It was pouring rain. The bank manager of the Nihon Trust Bank was on edge. Someone had threatened his life and those around him over the past few months. Just 4 days prior, a letter, one of recent many, was sent to his personal residence demanding 300 million yen or his house would be blown up with dynamite.
Wow!
The letter was made up of characters cut out and pasted.
That's a crazy threat. We're going to blow up your whole house with dynamite? I've literally never heard of that. It feels like it'd be so difficult. That's like a construction job. You can't unnoticed like rig a house of dynamite. That takes time and effort.
From movie magazines. Police were notified, and indeed they kept a close eye on the bank and his home. Though this did not
Zingy Lime, thank you for the prime.
Bank manager.
Wait, I gotta find out who's gonna be the 4,000 sub, because that person obviously will build a statue of them. Illmap, think of it 7 months of prime. Firewing with the 1 month of tier 1. Flexers with the prime. Spicy Perks with the prime. Omar Vargas with the gifted. I throw my hands up in the air sometimes. Zachary, thank you for the prime. Singing. Duvash with the 1 month of tier 1. Dubes with the prime. Tricky C with the prime. Okay, Quits with the prime. TR Carp with the 1 month. Laser Bacon with the prime. Wait a minute. Nubula with the fucking gifted. Viewing Simia Spy takes it with a 5 gifted. We did it. It's all downhill from here. It's all downhill from here. 4,000 subs. I literally, I got 4,000 subs. Just let me get 100K on YouTube. I'm going to tell you guys this whole thing was just a bet with Ludwig to prove I could do it. And I'll quit. You'll never see me again, dude. I'll get 4K subs, 100K on YouTube in fucking less than a year. I'll tell you, this whole fucking thing was secretly a bet, and I'm out. Psych! No, that's awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Really. Thank you. It's dope. It's fun. I gotta say, it is fun. It's like the most fun thing during quarantine. It's actually fun so much I have to figure out how to do it afterwards because okay. Let's continue. I want to watch this video.
Shared his concerns with his branch employees. Now, of course, this is Japan and work is work. The show must go on. With this in mind,
there's another video about work culture in Japan that I'd love to watch. I started it like the first minute and I was already interested. It's insane there. China too, actually. I remember if I told you, I had a friend that was going to work at a high level position at TikTok US. And he got through the interview process pretty high level, like a high level marketing position. And yeah, the 996. And then they told him about the 996. And if you guys haven't heard about the 996, that's what they call their work culture, which means 9 hours a day. Wait, I'm sorry, 9 to 9. So 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week, the 996. That's what their culture was for TikTok. And he didn't take it. He didn't take the job. And I was like, holy fuck. That's crazy. That's crazy how lazy they are. Because I never sleep. I'm a 24/7. Okay? 6 days a week. Fucking lazy. Dude, I was like, dude, I couldn't imagine working there. I would fall asleep out of boredom. Okay? I wake up and I grind, dude. So yeah, just be aware. If you're not trying to like fucking hit the retirement home, don't go work at TikTok because they barely have you work at all there. 12-12-7. Does that mean you work you work 1 minute? You work 1 minute 7 days a week? Because actually that sounds that's hype. That's what we should get to, dude. The 1 minute a day. I worked 3 a.m. to 9 p.m. between two jobs at the end of 2020. Dude, fucking salutes. Not sustainable, but I respect it. A sad byproduct of an incredibly hyper competitive, grind you into the ground capitalist culture. Big Fat Schmeener. Your name gives me pause, but your gifties give me claws. Santa style. Because they're so generous. Thank you for the 5 gifted. The best, thank you for the Prime. Anglo Hunter, thank you for the tier 1. It's bars. It's bars, dude. All right, let's watch. I want to make. Come on, give me pogs. Yeah, that would have been better, I guess. I think my bars are pretty good. Claws like Santa Claus. Do you get it? Imagine gifting and the streamer hits you with that. Shut the fuck up, Quack. He probably enjoyed it. Bro, I'm stuck in the ER. Had to check out my heart and I'm still here. What do you mean? You had to check out your heart? Like you rented it? What does that mean you had to check it out? Like you had to sign a form to take a fucking heart? All right, let's go.
The bank manager went on with his duties, sending 4 of his employees to the nearby Toshiba factory to make a scheduled drop. So off they went, taking the company car. But not long after leaving the bank, the 4 heard police sirens approaching. At that very moment, they happened to be next to a prison of all places. A police officer screeched to a halt in front of the car and frantically got off his motorcycle to warn them. The branch...
Yeah, I just realized that's like such an obvious saying. Check out my heart. Like the doctor had to check it out. Yeah. Yeah, I'm stupid. Yeah, I don't know. My first reaction was that you were joking, and so I was trying to figure it out. Yeah, you just had to get your car checked. Yeah, of course. Of course, and I hope all is well. And in fact, I would greatly regret it if anything was wrong with your heart because of my foolish, erroneous reaction. I regret it completely. I retract it wholesale, and I appreciate you sharing. That's the honest truth. There you go.
Manager's home had just been blown up. People were injured, and some presumably worse. Despite police monitoring the locations, the perpetrator was still able to carry out his threat. But it wasn't over. Additional threats were made. The bank in particular was now a target, and branch employees were at risk, especially those who had left the bank earlier to carry out bank duties in clearly marked company cars. Their car needed to be searched. The officer got down underneath to check the car, but before he could do a proper search, an employee started noticing smoke and flames emerging from the vehicle. Fearing the car was about to explode, the officer desperately tried to roll out of the way.
Oh no.
Everyone ran as fast as they could to safety, retreating behind the prison walls. They waited and waited for the explosion, but there was no explosion. They looked back and realized the company car was gone. The police officer was gone. Had he moved the car to safety?
What?
Confused, they called the Nihon Trust Bank to find out what was going on. To their relief, the bank manager answered. He was alive and well. In fact, everything was fine there. The bank manager's home was never blown up.
What?
As the adrenaline wore off, it finally dawned on them what had happened. This was the moment the perpetrator had been setting up the past few months.
What?
Disguised as a police officer, he had now gotten away with what was to be the bonus payments of 523 Toshiba employees. The stolen amount totaled to 300 million yen or $6 million.
Holy
the exact
shit!
amount he had asked for. On the ground, they found various items left behind, including a warning flare that the officer must have ignited while under the car to mimic dynamite. A reported 120 pieces of evidence was left behind at the crime scene, which is a lot and would normally be beneficial, but this was purposely done to mislead the investigation. This worked. Half a century later, the case remains unsolved.
Oh,
Some say
shit!
this was the greatest heist in Japanese history. There was no loss of life, no blood spilt, the plan meticulously carried out by a single person, and in the end, the money taken. But there are many ways a bank heist can be great. There are many ways it can be notable. Take the case on May 15th, 2016. At around 5 a.m. in the early hours, cash was physically withdrawn from an ATM from a Tokyo 7-Eleven. The amount was 100,000 yen, about $880, which was the cash limit. Now, this doesn't seem too bad, but try repeating this 14,000 times across Japan in the span of just 2 hours, because that is exactly what happened. In total, 1.4 billion yen, about $13 million, was taken from ATMs alone.
What?
This wasn't done electronically. It was done in person. Sure, it had to be some sort of a large, coordinated group, but the staggering number of transactions in a 2-hour frame made even this seem questionable. Compared to other notable cases, the largest known recorded number of participants to have been involved in a single
Wait,
heist.
how do you get that many people to all walk in? Someone's got a leak. What?
Wouldn't have been able to pull this off either, unless they had superpowers. Involving an even larger team would presumably be unwise, as there'd be too many chefs in the kitchen. Now, after police completed their painstaking process of checking security footage of each 7-Eleven store, and yeah, it was only 7-Eleven's hit, they found their answer. In this particular case, the more chefs the better. It wasn't a team of 50 or 100 or even 200. It was 600 people. 600 people pulling off a sophisticated, highly coordinated heist using fake credit cards. Quite the contrast from the single perpetrator of our first heist. Not surprisingly, most people have surmised with this many active participants, there must have been links to a large crime organization. But as of today, despite the numbers, no one of note has been caught.
That's
now,
crazy.
Here's a quick one. Kobe, August 7th, 1994. 540 million
So there must
yen.
have been a glitch with the cards, right, where they could withdraw it, and then eventually it'd get found out, but you got a certain amount out of them, and so they just did it all at once in 2 hours. That's crazy. Yeah, but even though it's 21K a person, they probably did not split it that way. You probably got a little bit if it was Yakuza, and the top people got a bunch.
Was stolen from Fukutoku Bank, which is a sizable amount. But what makes this story so unique is that 10 days after the heist, the bank, still reeling from the events, received a note from the robbers. The note read, "Thank you very much for the bonus. We can now live on this loot for the rest of our lives." It was a sincere message of gratitude. Yeah, we all know the reputation Japanese people have for being polite.
That's not a sincere message of gratitude, dude. That's a roast. That's bad manner, dude. That's like killing someone botland and saying, thanks for the fucking kill money. I can use this to buy the item I wanted. Really appreciate it. Bro, it's not wholesome at all, dude. It's BM.
But this took it to another level. So the last 3 cases involved plans being executed perfectly with no loss of life. But not the case with the next one. We're going way back. January 26, 1948. Again in Tokyo, a man in his 40s walked into a branch of the Imperial Bank just before closing time. 16 people were inside, including customers and bank workers. He got everyone's attention and explained he was a government health inspector sent by the US occupation authorities. Remember, this was post-war Tokyo, still under US occupation. The man stated there was a sudden outbreak of dysentery in the area, and he was to carry out inoculations. In post-war Tokyo, the disease was a legitimate threat, so no one really doubted him. Add to the fact that the man was wearing an official government armband. He gave all 16 people a pill and a few drops of liquid, which they quickly drank. Now, it wasn't long until they fell, one by one, in agony. With everyone incapacitated, the so-called health inspector grabbed all the money he could find and calmly left.
What an asshole!
12 of the 16 people would later be confirmed dead, including a young child. The solution
What a
they drank,
psychopath! How much money? You murdered fucking 12 people? Including a kid? That's like mass murder. That's an insane fucking...
was a cyanide solution. This was a ruthless way to go about a heist.
It's insane that if... Oh, man. That's really fucked up. That's really fucking terrible. Yeah, why couldn't you use something else? Like... Listen, there's some part of your brain that respects like a cool Ocean's 11 style heist, right? Like these first heists were all kind of pogging. Because it was like, damn, wow, you fucking really debated him. And like, obviously you shouldn't rob banks, but whatever. But if he had just put like chloroform or whatever and knocked them all out and done it, it would be like, wow, what are the coolest heists in history? But instead, he fucking murdered people.
What made this even more strange was that the man left behind a business card. He left it at the scene. The card was marked with the name Shigeru Matsui, apparently from the Department of Disease Prevention, which does make sense since he was pretending to be a health official. But Shigeru Matsui turned out to be a real person who actually worked for the Department of Disease Prevention. Not surprisingly, upon investigation, Matsui was cleared. He was not the robber, he had several alibis, but he told police he had exchanged business cards with 593 individuals.
Oh.
Japanese people have the habit of exchanging business cards with personal details, so this was helpful, as police now had 593 suspects. Over time, they were able to whittle down this number to just 8 suspects, one of which was a man named Sadamichi Hidasawa, a Japanese painter. When Hidasawa...
That is crazy. If you kept every business card you ever got, they could just slowly whittle it down. That's actually fucking sick. Red is sus.
Was questioned and asked to produce the card of Shigeru Matsui's, which he should have had. He could not. He claimed it must have been in his wallet, which was stolen the other day. He was a victim of pickpocketing. Police had a feeling they knew exactly where the card was. When asked to produce an alibi, he could not. When police looked into his history, they found 4 previous cases of bank fraud. When they searched his possession, they found a similar amount of money to that stolen from the bank. Hidesawa suspiciously refused to divulge how he got this money. Finally, when his face was shown to eyewitnesses, they immediately identified him as the poisoner. Upon further interrogation, Hidesawa confessed. He was arrested for the robbery and the murders, and in 1950, he was given the death penalty. He was sent to death row to await execution by hanging. Case closed.
Wow.
Or is it?
fan of hanging, really.
Because after the trial, some had doubts whether Sadamichi Hirasawa was indeed the perpetrator. Everything mentioned, circumstantial. In fact, it was revealed his confession was viciously beaten out of him, allegedly tortured.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see what happens here, but my worry would be, so when there's a case this high profile in public, like, we're all instantly mad. Like, everyone in this chat was furious at this guy for murdering 12 people plus a kid, right? So once that pressure is on the public, there's a lot of pressure to find someone to be guilty of the crime. There's a lot of pressure. Like, they just have to find someone because the public needs a fucking guilty person. And so the methods start getting unwieldy.
It was only 2 of the eyewitnesses who identified him as the criminal. Perhaps he was telling the truth. Perhaps he was really a victim of pickpocketing, as he claimed. The unexplained origin of the money in his possession was also thought by some to be from his side business of drawing pornographic pictures. Revealing this truth to police and to the public would have been detrimental to his reputation as an artist. There was also no way Hirasawa could have realistically obtained the ingredients for what turned out to be a military-grade cyanide solution used in the robbery. Interestingly, some have claimed that the true culprit was actually a former member of the notorious Unit 731, a covert biological and chemical warfare research and development unit of the Imperial Japanese Army that undertook lethal human experimentation during wartime. If so, this would explain the accessibility to the poison. The Minister of Justice himself doubted Hirasawa's guilt, and so never signed the death warrant. This opinion was shared by successive ministers of justice, so the death sentence was never actually carried out. So Hirasawa sat in prison on death row for the next 32 years of his life, one of the longest tenures ever on death row. And on May 10th, 1987, he caught pneumonia and died in a prison hospital. Despite the verdict, the case was never truly put to rest, and many people felt that the true culprit, all those years ago, would have been within grasp if only the focus was on the right person. This brutality happened in 1948, but 70 years on, there would emerge a new type.
Well, that's not a happy story. A mysterious man murders 12 people, including a child. We don't know who it was, but we caught somebody and ruined their life. They could have been guilty, maybe. We don't know. God damn. Took a turn, dude. Definitely took a turn. These first 3 were like hype, hype, hype.
Of heist. January 25th, 2018. Land of the rising cybercrime. The Tokyo-based exchange Coincheck, one of the most prominent virtual currency exchanges in Asia, was to fall victim to the biggest cryptocurrency heist in history. At 2:57 a.m., using overseas servers, hackers, disguising themselves as authorized users, were able to enter the system. They remained undetected for the next 8.5 hours, stealing 58 billion yen worth of the cryptocurrency NEM, which is about $530 million. Then they were gone. This incident became an embarrassment to the Japanese government, who had been...
Damn, dude. Cybercrime ruining heists. That's the video as he typed on his computer. Ocean's 14 is going to be a fucking 14-year-old kid stealing Dogecoin by fucking typing in some guy's password. And it's over. It's going to be Ocean's 14-year-old, dude.
Trying to make Tokyo the global center for cryptocurrency. Coincheck.
The first guy like fucking rolled under a moving car, planted fake dynamite, debated them for a... This guy, they just played stock footage of a hacker man's.
8.5 hours. Embarrassment to the Japanese government, who had been trying to make Tokyo the global center for cryptocurrency. Coincheck revealed they failed to implement
Password
the
1, I'm in.
layer of security. But even worse, the stolen currency had been kept online in a hot wallet, rather than in a much more secure offline storage facility known as a cold wallet. This is similar to if a convenience store kept significantly large amounts in a cash register instead of an off-premise bank vault. Now, one of the stranger aspects of the heist is that the stolen virtual funds were able to be traced online, because transactions for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are all public. and so the $530 million worth was eventually traced back to 11 specific addresses. But the identities of those sending and receiving the money, unfortunately, remained anonymous. Indeed, no one yet has been caught, but the developers of NEM were able to label the 11 addresses with specific warning tags for all to see. They also set up a tracking tool to automatically reject exchanges involving the stolen funds. Of course, the most frustrating part of this is that it all easily could have been avoided if CoinCheck just added that extra layer of security. And really, it's not just big companies. Most people today are too lax when it comes to online security, using the same password for every
Is this an ad?
account
Is this an
they
ad?
have. Now, if this is you, congratulations. You have bad habits just like me, but that's okay. I'm segueing here because Dashlane.
Yeah, I saw it coming. Get that out of here, dude. Okay, that's it. Interesting. Cool video, though. Definitely cool video. The $1 billion North Korean bank heist? Oh, there's a prison break? Wow, he's got cool videos. This one's sick. I gotta watch it. $1 billion from a bank heist? That's insane. That's insane.
This video is made possible by Dashlane. Download Dashlane for free if you never want to lose another password. 16. The director of the Bangladesh Central Bank got off the elevator on the 9th floor and headed to the back office of the accounts and budgeting department. This was the most restricted part of the building. He was there to deal with a problem, one that had been plaguing the office the last few days. You see, the printer wasn't working. This was kind of a big deal. It was causing a real disruption. The automated printer, which was hooked up to the bank's software, was supposed to work round the clock, 24/7,
Not the printer.
printing out the bank's transaction reports in real time. Due to this technical glitch, however, the printer tray remained empty. Much of the day was spent trying to fix the issue, and after a great deal of effort, there was success. They were able to restart the printer.
Pog.
And so the backlog of transaction reports started rolling out, one by one. Now it soon became apparent that something wasn't quite right. There were more statements than expected. When they took a closer look, they found 35 suspicious payment orders for what were ridiculously large sums of money, having supposedly been transferred from the Bangladesh bank's own account to various other accounts in other countries. Certainly, no one from their bank had authorized it, and the swift security system in place was unbreachable. As the directors sifted through the suspicious transfer requests, the true scale of the situation started dawning on him.
Oh,
the
no.
transfers totaled to almost $1 billion US dollars, an absurd amount, a significant chunk of the nation's reserves. Where were they going? Who was responsible? Panic ensued as the workers scrambled to stop the payments, but it was likely too late. The ill-timed printer malfunction from earlier had caused an unfortunate delay.
This is great. Trying to hit cancel on a $1 billion payment. Fuck! Oh, shit.
In their response.
I think it's such a funny idea. Just like, hit back! Hit back! Undo! Oh no! Yeah, you accidentally bought $1 billion. Imagine there was a blank field for how many V-Bucks you wanted to buy in Fortnite, dude. Fuck! I accidentally bought $1 billion. No! We're epic!
It seemed Bangladesh had just lost $1 billion. But how? This happened in February 2016, but what led to this moment actually started 9 months earlier.
Wait, was this that guy?
Philippines, May 2015. Over 3,000.
Wait a minute. There was a guy who was like, who was like hanging out with celebrities. Like he was hanging around with Gal Gadot. He had like a bazillion dollars that he embezzled from the government. Was it this guy? Malaysian? Was this the same guy? Different guy? Different guy? Man, that guy was crazy. That guy was like just killing it. It was, yeah. He just embezzled like literally $1 billion from his own government and like was just hanging out with celebrities, funding movies.
Kilometers away, a group of men entered the Jupiter Street branch of the RCBC Bank just outside Manila and opened 4 bank accounts with just $500 inside. The men then left, never to return, with their accounts left seemingly abandoned. Now, returning to Bangladesh, the country was becoming one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Their central bank sat in the financial district of the capital, Dhaka, a chaotic city with almost 20 million people. But despite all this rapid growth, it was
Joe Low. Joe Low. This guy. Wait. Oh, no. This is the blocks meme. This guy. Well, he's not in this photo, but he just hung out with celebrities and, like, funded awards. And, yeah, it's called $1 Billion Whale. He must have played. Dude, imagine embezzling $1 billion from your government and spending it all on fucking Raid Shadow Legends. Just fucking going ham on microtransactions, dude. You get every Fire Emblem anime girl, everyone 5-star, and you're still not fully upgraded. Fuck, I just need another Billy. I'm so close. I'm so close to every FIFA pack. I almost got Ronaldo, dude. Just give me one more billion.
Nation that could ill afford to lose $1 billion of taxpayers' money. Fast forward, January 2016, a month before the incident. An employee at the Bangladesh bank was checking his mail at work. Now, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. He thought nothing of it. But he went home that night not realizing he had just set in motion events that would soon shock the nation's banking system, if not the world. You see, he had inadvertently clicked on an infected email, one that immediately began installing a malicious program in the central bank's computer system.
That's so cringe, dude. You got hit with a spam email and lost your company $1 billion. Oh no, dude. Oh no.
This malware would allow intruders to enter the network and gain access to the inner workings of the Bangladesh bank. Hiding in plain sight,
lost your country $1 billion, yeah.
Spy on workers and study the bank's operational procedures. And that's what they did. It was now just a matter of time. A month later, on a Thursday, as the bank was shutting down for the weekend, which in Muslim-majority countries like Bangladesh tends to be on a Friday and Saturday instead of a Saturday and Sunday, the intruders once again entered the system. But it was for the last time, because this was what it was all leading to. Now, they were in the system, but manipulating international money transfers was a whole nother thing. SWIFT, you may have heard, is a global payment network enabling financial transactions to be sent in a secure and reliable way, using military-grade security designed to be unbreachable. Just to be clear, SWIFT does not facilitate the transfer of actual funds, but rather it sends trusted payment orders between accounts, which the banks then act on. This is the standard in international banking, and this is partly why bank hackers usually focus on stealing the login credentials of individual bank account holders, rather than focusing on the banks themselves. But it wasn't the case here, not for this group. Their target was the institution. Using the bank's legitimate SWIFT credentials that they collected from the malware, they were able to take control of the SWIFT terminals, as if they were legitimate bank employees. Yes, SWIFT itself is safe and secure, but the banks using them first needed to be responsible for their individual cybersecurity on their end. If their security happened to be lacking, as in the case with many developing nations, SWIFT could actually be used against them.
Oh,
and that's
shit.
what was happening here. 35 phony transfer requests totaling $951 million was by now being sent via SWIFT to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Okay, but why New York? Well, because the Bangladesh bank owns an account there with billions of dollars on deposit, meant for international settlements. The details of the requests sent from Bangladesh were to transfer the funds from New York to various accounts set up across Asia. I'll get to that part soon. Now, with that, they were done, in and out in just hours. The next day, Friday, New York City, one of the world's biggest financial centers. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York was busy processing Bangladesh.
I just feel like it's weird that you would, like, it's not every day you get $1 billion request, right? You'd think that someone could investigate, like it would just be paused. Like, let's confirm.
Payment orders, or supposed payment orders. The Fed, renowned for its security, initially had no cause to stop the transfers, because SWIFT instructions are legitimate, they're trusted. So, oblivious to the deception, they began processing the requests.
There you go.
Sunday morning, the Bangladesh bank employees, back from their weekend, were now trying to fix their darn printer problem. The automated printer connected to the SWIFT network hadn't been working the last days, and the usual printouts of real-time transfer confirmations were backlogged. Of course, this was the most unfortunate time for a technical glitch. Except it wasn't really a technical glitch. The hackers had indeed taken additional steps in preventing confirmation messages from revealing their theft, wiping out evidence from the Swift database and intentionally crashing the automated printer. This had bought them some much needed time. Now meanwhile, in Sri Lanka, $20 million arrived in a Pan-Asia bank account of a company called the Shalika Foundation, sent from the Federal Reserve Bank in New York.
Actually 5 head, actually 19 head.
This of course was just...
And they didn't have to kill 12 people with cyanide. Huh?
one of 35 transfers making its way to Asia. Right back in Bangladesh, the workers had now finally got the printer working, and they were sorting through the transfer requests. Panic quickly ensued as they realized 35 payment orders were made, totaling to almost $1 billion.
The panic would have to be so crazy.
Payment order to the New York Fed, but it was a Sunday, and there was no one there to respond. By the time New York staff would return on the Monday, it would have surely been too late. Now, little did they know they had actually caught a lucky break, because it turned out the automated system in New York had flagged 30 of the transactions for manual review. By complete luck, one of the words on the Swift order happened to match the name of a shipping company that had been blacklisted for evading US sanctions against Iran. Pure coincidence. This would prove devastating for the hackers, as $870 million worth of transfers were now blocked. Later, when staff took a closer look, they noticed several red flags. The unusually high number of payment instructions, the large transfers to private entities rather than banks, and the ridiculously large...
That's crazy luck that the word Jupiter just happened to be... Although devastating to the hackers, I mean, they spent a few months of work, and of the $1 billion, they lost, what, they said 870 million of it? What was that?
$170 million worth of million as 870 million.
So they made, what, $100 million? Oh no, I'm devastated.
$1 worth of transfers were now blocked. Later, when staff took a closer look, they noticed several red flags. The unusually high number of payment instructions, the large transfers to private entities rather than banks, and the ridiculously large total. At this point, they had to seek clarification from Bangladesh, and after getting word of their stop payment order, the transfers were shut down. It was over. The gig was up. Or was it? Yes, 30 of the transactions worth $870 million would never be seen by hackers, but there were still 5 transactions left. The remaining 101 million, which the Fed's automated system failed to pick up on, and which was still a heck of a lot of money, had gotten through. Where did these 5 end up? The first transfer, Sri Lanka, $20 million, as we know, reached an account in the Pan-Asia Bank via Deutsche Bank, which was the routing bank, intended for a company called the Shalika Foundation. This was a supposed Sri Lankan non-profit. Now, an observant employee at the Pan-Asia Bank noticed something odd. $20 million was an unusually large amount for such a small NGO, not to mention for the country of Sri Lanka. This employee then sent the transaction back to Deutsche Bank for verification.
Oh,
so
shit.
Now Germany, Frankfurt. The payment order, just like in New York, was being reviewed. And just like New York, there were red flags, such as this one, spelling foundation as Fandation. These suspicions...
Come on, bro! You spent this much time on it? There's hundreds of millions of dollars at stake? You can't run spell check? God damn, dude. If I was on a hacking team that spent months planning the ultimate $1 billion heist, and one of the team wrote fucking Fandation, I'd kill him. This is we're not fucking around here. We're going to jail for life or getting the death penalty. Don't write Fandation.
were soon reaffirmed. And ultimately it turned out, no surprise, that this Shalika Foundation was indeed a fake company. The money was then...
It's the North Korean government, so they probably did. First of all, spoilers. I didn't know that, although the title should have revealed it. Second of all, that makes a lot of sense.
Rerouted back to the Bangladesh Bank's New York account.
Someone said, this would have been the perfect segue into a Grammarly ad. And so if you don't want to lose $20 million on your next heist...
Then there were 4. $81 million. But we won't drag this out because these 4 were all sent not just to the same country, not just the same bank, but to the same branch, the Jupiter Street branch of the RCBC Bank just outside Manila in the Philippines. 4 accounts had laid dormant for 9 months with just $500 inside, untouched, until a sudden cash infusion of $81 million. These sudden bursts should have triggered an alert from RCBC, but for whatever reason, it slid under the radar. And indeed, the accounts were later found to be under fictitious identities. From there, the money was quickly withdrawn and laundered through casinos, where the electronic money transfers were converted to hard, untraceable cash.
Oh,
the Bangladesh
shit.
bank did try to stop the transfers, but timing was just not on their side. The stop order was not received by RCBC Bank on the expected Monday, because Monday was Chinese New Year, a non-working holiday in the Philippines. By now, you're probably noticing a trend here. Every step of the way, there were delays that benefited the hackers. And this was by design. A remarkably well-timed attack. On Thursday evening, they entered the system at the start of the Bangladesh weekend when the bank is closing. On Friday, the New York Fed tries to clarify the requests with Bangladesh, but no one's there. On Sunday, Bangladesh staff return from the weekend but can't get through to New York as it's now the weekend in the US. On Monday, the Fed finally gets the orders to stop the transfers, but not the Philippines because it just so happened to be Chinese New Year there. And only on Tuesday,
Damn.
5 days after the heist, did RCBC staff find out about the fraudulent transfers. But by then it was too late. Now, 2 Chinese men, Ding and Gao, were eventually found to be responsible for setting up the fake RCBC accounts in the Philippines. They turned out to be just middlemen, but they were still a crucial part of the operation, and investigators hoped questioning them would lead to the true culprits. Unfortunately, before the Bangladesh authorities were able to apprehend them, they left the country, boarding flights to Macau, a special administrative region of China, where it was then impossible to track them. And so with the remaining 4 transfers, the hackers were able to net $81 million. Not quite the original sum,
Easy
but
clap.
still enough by some metrics to be considered the single biggest bank heist in history.
Damn, the biggest in history. I think it's almost better that only got away with 81 million. Listen, you steal $100 million, roughly. That's one thing. You know what I'm saying? You steal $80 million. That's a problem. That's a problem for you. That's a problem for the bank. But you steal $1 billion from the Bangladesh government. I don't think they'll ever stop. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you're never, ever, ever, they're never going to call it a loss. $1 billion is too much for them to never stop hunting you.
Now, despite the attackers' best efforts at removing evidence from the bank's systems, cybersecurity experts were still able to analyze the malware. What they found were similarities in the techniques and tools used between the Bangladesh bank heist and many other cyber attacks on financial institutions around the world, which means that this one particular group had very likely been responsible for a series of global attacks. This group was dubbed Lazarus.
They stole 81 mil as a tribute to Kobe. Stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. I can't believe you wrote that. I can't believe that's a real chat message.
But there was more. As experts dug deeper, combing through the server logs of recent attacks, they found something even more unexpected.
Oh shit.
An IP address connecting Lazarus to a particular nation state. For a brief moment, they had failed to cover their tracks, and the logs had indicated that the attack servers they used had been accessed at least once from a North Korean IP address. There was also Korean language found embedded in the computer code. Now, it is important to note that it is possible that North Korea was framed, with the attackers leaving behind purportedly solid evidence in order to mislead investigators. But according to the majority of cybersecurity experts, it is almost certain that North Korea was behind the attacks. And it wasn't just attacks on financial institutions. They were also revealed to be responsible for many cyber terrorism and cyber espionage campaigns against the South Korean government and various South Korean infrastructures. Then there's the Sony Pictures hack of 2014, one of the biggest corporate breaches in history. Lazarus.
Dude, the Sony Pictures hack is so funny. Because you can find every one of the leaked emails online, like they're publicly searchable. So you can see, like, what do corporate executives at Sony Pictures, for example, talk about? And I've read a ton of them. I just wanted to know. It was like, this was years ago. Might have been right out of college. You can see how dumb, like, just the average shit. Like, there's not a lot of thought behind so much shit in Hollywood. 2014? It was 2014. So yeah, I graduated in 2013. Yeah, it was right out of college. Yeah. Yeah. And like, I remember one email where it was like, it was Jonah Hill messaging Amy Pascal, who is basically the CEO of Sony Pictures, like the head of Sony Pictures. And Jonah Hill was like, Amy, I need like 800 G's. I have this dope idea, and everything's all spelled wrong. And she's like, okay, what's the idea? Okay, we want to approve it. And he's like, I'm going to be like, there's going to be like fireworks, and I'm going to like dress up like a clown, and there's going to be dancers, and I'm going to come out on stage, and it's going to be a funny thing for a talk show. It's like it's like a terrible idea. And I forgot what she said, but it was like one of the best ways of like letting him down easy. I don't know. It's just a lot of funny emails. Another email was a good one, was like Angelina Jolie talking about needing more money for the movie Cleopatra. If you guys remember that movie. And you can see the email gets forwarded with her not on it. And one of the executives is like, I'm not giving this overpaid hag another dime. This movie is already an embarrassment, or something like that, dude. I mean, some of the emails are wild. They're wild, dude. I wish I remembered better, but I just remember reading. And then also you could just see like how executives talk to each other. I remember I just learned from that. It was like the most real example of real emails.
Had taken great exception to the plot of the film, The Interview.
What you'll find is the higher, my experience anyway, the higher up you go in the corporate structure, the worse their emails are. Like the more likely they are to be like 4 words or like not proper. Like the people at the bottom who have to like worry are always like buttoned up, real nice, business professional, like best. And then the higher up people are like, yo, do this. And then if you get to the very top, like Jeff Bezos, he just sends 1 character emails, question mark. He just forwards another email and puts question mark. Those are legit Jeff Bezos emails. Yeah.
Where the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un was targeted for assassination by the CIA. Cinemas across the US were threatened with terrorist attacks if the film wasn't pulled. North Korea of course denied any responsibility, but it seemed fairly obvious that this group was actively targeting known enemies of the state. Now as for Lazarus's banking exploits, like the Bangladesh incident, the attacks were just the start. They had to ensure the money would then get to the intended location. And the way they did that was to have the stolen funds move through places like Macau, which in particular is known to be North Korea's financial point of contact with the outside world. We know thanks to the 2 Chinese middlemen that that's exactly where the Bangladesh funds ended up. And from there it wouldn't have been hard for the money to be wired directly to Pyongyang. Proceeds would then have likely gone towards advancing their nuclear program, funding the lifestyles of the elite, and propping up their economy. All this quite possibly representing...
Damn, imagine North Korea nuked someone. Some guy opens a spam email and then a year later, North Korea builds a nuke. That fucking crazy. You gotta be careful with spam emails, dude. People's lie. Yeah, you see a Nigerian prince subject line and you start World War III.
A significant percentage of the country's current GDP. If this is all accurate, and North Korea is indeed behind these attacks, the international implications would be profound, especially with the recent developments, as this would be the first known case of a nation-state robbing banks. From there, perhaps anything is possible. They could hack political campaigns, weapons systems, civilian bank accounts, or even YouTube accounts who have made content they may find unfavorable. Oh, crap. Actually, that's okay.
I think that's unlikely, bro. I don't think North Korea is going to take their 81 million in stolen money and hack your account about, do you hold your chopsticks like a dork? Here's why. That's just my opinion. I just don't think they're going to do it.
Unfavorable.
Kim balding at that
Crap.
video.
Actually, that's okay, because I have Dashlane. Dashlane makes keeping track
Oh, okay. Good video. Goddamn. Good content from this dude. Kento Bento. Oh, someone said is Darman's channel in danger. That reminds me. There is something I wanted to show you. I was put onto this. I think by Blippi. Oh, gifties? Big Fat Schmader, thank you for the 5 gifties. Edgy Hercules. Hey, Atrioc, just started a new sales job. You want to hear my presentation? Sure. How long does it take? Oh, it was Kage? Sorry. Thanks, Kage. I'll tell you. Oh, wait a second. How long does your presentation take, Edgy Hercules? 20 minutes? No, that's not. That was him. An hour? Bro, no. Obviously. No. Why even ask? Thank you for the sub, but obviously I don't want to hear your hour-long sales presentation on my stream. Obviously. Of course not. And you should know that. You've been subbed for 4 months. Come on, dude. Ridiculous. Well, I turned down Raid Shadow Legends and they were going to pay me money. You guys like Raid though? For real. Totally unrelated question. What do you guys think about Raid? Like, kind of dope, right? Kind of like, damn, it's kind of fucking cool. Like, maybe I want to check it out, sign up with a code that Atrioc gives me. Maybe. What do you guys think about Raid? I'm not paying. They're not paying me yet. I'm just testing the water. They offered good mun. It was funny. I was talking to Rizzo actually. Rizzo loves the game. Not loves it, but likes it. Like Rizzo plays it unironically. Like they paid him to play it, and then he started playing it for real. He like got the bag and then gave it back, but he spends money on it too. He spends money on Raid. So they gave him money and like he just started dripping it back to him. Maybe that's the real target. Maybe they're paying streamers to play the game, not to get their fans to play it, but just to get the streamers who have money and time I might do something for Dr. Squatch, though. I was talking to them. Dr. Squatch. They got good ads. They're a little prolific, but I don't think I'm going to do Raid. I talk too much about how I really don't like the constant whale farming. But if I do Raid, it's because they paid me. So, paid me a good asking rate. Oh, so what I was telling you, what does the shirt say? It says, you don't need to know. You don't need to know what my shirt says. Don't ask too many questions. It's an arrow and says, great gamer, is what it says. My chat bought it for me. It was really nice of him. we are going to look at... Oh, that's what I want to show you. So you guys know I am not just a part of, like, I'm like an evangelist for the Darman fam. I consider myself part of the family, okay? Darman is my family, and he will be invited to my wedding. And in fact, my regular family is on thin ice if Darman needs more seats for more members of the family, okay? So Dar, very important to me. I've recently been put on by Kage to a YouTube channel entitled Vid Chronicles. Vid Chronicles. And you might notice a certain pattern in these thumbnails and these titles. Girl saves her friend from violent husband. Watch what happens. Guy calls cops on innocent homeless man. Instantly regrets it. Now, if I know one thing about a Darman video, is that instant regret is his trademark. Now, it's not the first time on YouTube that someone has seen a successful idea and tried to copy it. But what really got my goat is this video.
Hey, Christian. Come on in, have a seat.
Mr. Jones, thank you so much for taking this meeting at such short notice.
You're welcome. I was beginning to get worried.
Why?
Your team has only produced 2 apps in the last 2 quarters.
Mr. Jones, I can't...
Sorry. Okay, first of all, this is a low budget set for a high powered corporate meeting. Secondly, 2 apps in 2 quarters is amazing. Quarters, 3 months.
I can assure you, the app that I'm about to present to you is worth the wait.
Good. This is your team's last chance.
Last chance? What do you mean last chance?
I'm sorry, Christian. You're one of our top engineers, but your team's carelessness will not be tolerated by the board of directors. They've asked me to see this presentation before I can even bring it to their
I
attention.
feel like they're just throwing in business terms, dude. They've heard of the word board of directors and they're just tossing it in. Quarters. None of this really makes any sense.
I understand, sir.
Ooh, the music,
Are
though.
you ready to begin your presentation?
Can I use your restroom?
Sure. Top of the stairs. You can't miss it.
This feels like an office.
Hey, Sean, it's Christian.
Hey, Christian. Is everything okay?
No, I need your help. I'm at Mr. Jones' house right now.
Awesome.
Oh, he's at his house.
If he accepts your pitch, do we get Taco Tuesdays back?
Sean, stop playing. He said the presentation is our last chance.
Last chance? What's wrong with the app we prepared?
It's not strong enough for our last chance.
Just grab a pitch from your email and paraphrase.
Sean, that's stealing. I can't do that.
Nobody takes those pitches seriously. Might as well just be an online suggestion box.
Oh.
Wait, the voice of the guy on the phone is the boss? You know what? We've clowned on Darman in the past for having what seems like kind of low budget videos. I'll never say that again, dude. Darman fucking spends the moon compared to this.
All right, I got one. This better work. I have to go, okay?
Alright, man. Remember, Taco Tuesday.
I will say, though, this guy is acting his pants off compared to a Darman video. And I think that's the problem. In a Darman video, the acting is like, you don't want it to be good acting. You want to get to the lesson. This guy's trying to be like, I'm sweating. I'm nervous.
Sorry if I took too long, Mr. Jones. I am ready to present the app.
About time. I was about to check my security cameras to see if you had run off.
That's such a weird thing to say. Also, he just went to the bathroom. So I'd hope you have security cameras in there. Right?
Oh, this is my daughter, Polaris. She's going to be sitting in on the presentation. She's a bright engineer like you, so maybe she can learn something today.
Hello, Polaris. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. I've been studying your work for a while now. I'm excited to see this app.
Great. Let's begin.
There's a weird tension in the room.
So the app is called Rootware. And this app will change farm industry forever. It contains a catalog of herbs, fruits, flowers, and even trees that farmers can grow.
Marvelous. And does this app also include specific ways on how to water plants?
Yes, sir. It will have a list of natural elements that can be used to create the perfect watering system for plants.
Excellent. Does this app include tilling features?
You hit the nail right on the head, sir.
Does the app also have the initials PJ on the proposal?
Yes, it does.
That PJ stands for Polaris Jones. Did you really steal my daughter's app from my...
Holy shit! What a twist! She invented Google! Who the fuck is gonna use an app on a list of different types of roots? That was her big idea? She submitted that? And he stole it? And he thinks it's worth defending?
Our work email, Christian?
Sir, I'm so sorry. And to you, Polaris, I only use this ID to save my team. I was not going to present this to the board.
The audacity you have of coming into my home.
Dad, wait. He actually had some additions I didn't think of.
Wait, no, he didn't. He just read the first line, and then the dad had all the ideas, right? The dad just said, is it going to have this? And he goes, yes, sir. And then he had it, and the dad's like, was it going to have this? And then he was like, you hit the nail on the head. He couldn't have added anything.
You're not mad?
Well, I'm taken back that you tried to Christopher Columbus my work. But I'm flattered.
I'm truly sorry. I never meant to steal your work. Now, those additions actually came from the original app that I was going to present.
That's perfect. This app could actually use your team. Dad, this app needs to happen.
What the fuck are you guys talking about? First of all, why do you think you three are gonna make the app for farmers? What? What fucking farmers using your root source app? What are you talking about?
Dad, this app needs to happen.
All right. Anything for you, Panda Bear. Christian.
Sir.
I'm going to present my daughter's app, Rootware, to the board.
Rootware?
Your team will be credited with the new additions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jones and Polaris. I cannot wait to help you with your app. Does this mean my team can stay?
Yeah, your team can stay. However, if you ever think about stealing another engineer's work again, I'll have you blacklisted from every major company on Earth. Am I clear?
Who the fuck do you think you are? You're some random dude who holds meetings in this house. Calls his daughter Panda Bear, is making an app called Rootware. You think you can get Google to blacklist him? You think you got that kind of pull? You think Tim Cook takes your phone calls? What are you talking about?
Clear as quartz, sir. And Taco Tuesdays?
Get out.
Get out.
Have a great day, Polaris. I look forward to working with you on this project.
Likewise. You should go now. My father doesn't like to repeat himself.
You're right.
The moral of the story is trust in your ideas to manifest whatever you want in life.
So, I'm gonna. The reason I clicked on this video, I haven't watched this video yet, but I have seen this moral. I saw the title, and I wanted to know what the moral was because I thought it'd be interesting. The moral seems quite unique given the nature of this YouTube channel.
Life.
Listen.
And remain original.
Remain original. That was the moral. The moral was to remain original. Interesting. That's so interesting. I love that concept of remaining original. You know, it's just it feels so special when you have your own concept that you build from the ground up. You don't just yoink something and twist the text color. You just build it from the ground up, and I really appreciate that about Vid Chronicles.
Stealing other people's ideas is wrong and distasteful. Always be authentic.
Always plan ahead. Don't waste time, then try to find the easy way out. It might blow up in your face.
Thank you for watching. And make sure to like and subscribe so you can always see the new video.
By the way, even if that was your moral, in a Darman video, the villain instantly regrets it. Okay, they receive some sort of punishment. In this video, his team it worked. It worked. They hired him. He's now has a full-time. His team has stayed alive. We don't know they lost Taco Tuesday. He just says get out. He didn't want to discuss it in that meeting. He probably will give him Taco Tuesday. So I don't know. I just am shocked and appalled. And now, of course, I'm getting Vid Chronicles in my recommended. At least I get 2 Darmans for every one. Now, to balance this out, we have to watch 1 Darman, and then, unfortunately, I have to go.
So you see, Your Honor.
Spoiled brats think they own the world. What happens next will shock you. Mean girls on TikTok shame this mom. Instantly regret it. Mean bosses mistreat employees. Instantly regret it. Let's see if we can find a similar lesson, but done Darman style. Is there anything about stealing ideas? Stealing ideas. Stealing. I only get 1. Can I search? Stealing. Stealing parking spot from grandma. They live to regret their decision forever. Wait, why is the grandma? Okay, I have to see this. It's just a parking spot.
Oh God, please. Please let me find a spot.
Oh my God.
Why is there never any parking here?
Oh, yes.
Oh, there's a spot right there. Hurry up. Go get it. Get it.
No! No! Damn it!
I'm so glad we got this spot just in time.
You roll down the window, please. Please, sir. Excuse me, please, sir. I really need this spot.
Sorry, lady, but we got here first. You're too late.
No, but please, you don't understand. This is an emergency. I need to be inside right now.
Go find another spot, all right?
Yeah, we have to go.
No, please. You don't understand.
Oh my God. Oh my
Okay,
God.
what was that all about?
They didn't
No,
even
that was
steal
really
it.
weird.
Doctor, I am so sorry. I came as soon as I could. How's my daughter doing?
I think you should take a seat.
Oh my God.
Is she okay?
I'm so sorry, but
Oh my God.
her daughter passed away 5 minutes ago.
Oh my God, Darman.
I tried everything to save her.
Oh God. I just left her for a moment. I was coming back.
Oh.
I promised. Oh God.
What?
No.
No, what are you? It's so ridiculous. Why did they crank that up to a fucking 12? Why didn't the woman just tell them? Why the woman didn't say anything? That is the craziest script. That is the most insane script I've ever heard. All because you stole a parking spot. Damn, man. This is so funny. She's not even sorry, dude. He's feeling it. She's honestly like, eh. They didn't even steal it. They just got there first and didn't give it up. Why didn't she just park? Get a ticket. If it's your daughter's life, are you worried about the ticket? Let's see what he has to say. Bring this home for me, Darman, because I'm a little bit lost.
Hey, Darman fam, I hope you love that message. Please remember, we're not just telling stories, we're changing lives. And when you share my videos, you're helping to change lives too. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.
Hell yeah, Darman. It's just like, I'm not so sure I got the lesson on that one. Let's read the comments. Maybe they can help me out. Personally, I would have just parked wherever, even if it was illegal. What is a fine compared to not being able to see a loved one for the last time? Yeah, good point. Good point. I can't believe her daughter's inside dying, and she's circling the garage. So, trying to find the fucking... Okay. The couple's look on their face and in the end was screaming, "Why did we do that?" I love... Is that a Roblox profile picture? I just love the people that unironically love these videos. I wish I had that outlook on life. I think I've lost it. Just like, yes. They did instantly regret it. Yes. This is lit. This old woman is always in the acting. If you stole a parking spot from my grandma, you would get the belt. There's a reply from Darman. This is so sad. Imagine the pain the mother felt when she found out her child died because of some jerks. She couldn't even say goodbye to her daughter and hold her close as she dies in her hands. It's so fucking dark. Such a dark idea. Dude, the last one we watched is about like a gamer girl in school. And like the one before that was like a guy making another guy write his Darman fam book report. And this one's about a mom's dying daughter in her hands because of a parking spot. Thank you for sharing your thoughts in this video, Andy. I appreciate you watching. Visit my Instagram for more inspiring videos, exclusive content, and giveaways.
Little do you know how I'm breaking
He never misses. That's why we rely on him. That's why we're all parts of the fam. He's not just leaving YouTube comments. He's changing lives. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of my stream today. It is a shortened stream, but I'm tied up. I have work to do for Monday. Tomorrow is Marketing Monday. This is actually quite relevant. Tomorrow we are doing Tear Jerkers, the saddest ads of all time. The ads that try to make you cry. If you'd have one you'd like to submit, please drop it in the Marketing Monday channel. We'll be reviewing the saddest ads of all time tomorrow for Marketing Monday. Thank you all for watching here today. Fun stream. I'm going to send you to whoever's live. Let's see. Raised up on the wicked shins, we said, great divide between us. I guess let's watch Lud. He's back. He's doing a big day. Go check out Ludwig. To remember. He needs the viewers. Help my friend Ludwig out. He's trying to make this streaming thing work. You know? Give him a shot. All right. Bye, boys. Take it easy. Thanks for helping me hit 4K today. That was dope.